Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, no, I understand.
Audio's coming on. Hello, round two. We've got
Okay.
interesting lists. We'll quickly go through them. Looking at what's his name on the bottom here? Ebon Hawk, who's on the bottom. He's running Rebel list, Krista Agate. He's got an MC-80 Star Cruiser, Torn Far, which is interesting. Gunnery team, engine techs, leading shots, XI7 among Karen. So everything but Torn Far is kind of the normal build. And then you got an assault frigate Mark II with agates on this. He's using the super frigate with ballistics, flight controllers, boosted comms, and reinforced blast doors. Interesting, no ECM. And I'm not sure which. He brought in an extra brace with agate. And then he's got 2 GR75s, one's with Leia and boosted, the other one with Wedge and Bright Hope, using Wedge's squadron ability. And then we got squadrons. He's just got a fairly light squadron builds, 100 points of Shara, Tycho, Cornhorn, and then 3 E-Wings. So it's a very interesting build, which is why we chose it. Actually, why Jeremy chose it. And then the Imperial player, if you want to take it.
Sure. So the Imperial player is Xander, and he is running an IST-2. He has, let's see, Admiral Titus on there, gunnery team, linked turbo laser towers, leading shots, so that's pretty standard. And then he has advanced transponder net, so that's going to be interesting to see with the squadrons. He actually has 4 generic bombers, so that'll change the friendly heavy squadrons at distance 1 to 2, prevent them from attacking enemy ships, or attacking his ship. So hopefully they'll protect him a little bit. Excuse me. And then we've got an interdictor suppression with a Gravwell projector and a grav shift. So the Gravwell projector, for those who are not familiar, before deploying fleets, place 1 Gravwell token in the play area. When a ship deploys a distance 1 to 3 of the Gravwell token, its speed is set to 0. So we'll see where he places that. I think it was, I don't actually, oh, I saw it right next to the Gravwell, gravity well in the middle. He placed the Gravwell next to the Gravwell. So there you go. It makes sense.
Yeah.
He's got Grav Shift Reroute. He's got Nita, which he probably put on there to protect him against Onagers, which he's not fighting this time. So it'll probably come in handy against the Liberty. Interdictor title, of course, and Admiral Piet, which is going to be interesting to see how that works with Admiral Piet. So rounding out the list for the ships, he's got 2 Gazantes, and one of them has Vader and Comsnet with a reserve hangar deck. So, of course, he does have 4 generic ties. So when those are destroyed, he can bring them back. And I believe they have a health of 2, but, you know, it's a tie. It's got a health of 3, so who really cares? 2 is fine. And then he's got another Gazanti. So 2 Gazantes. This one has a Hondo Bomber Command and reserve hangar deck as well. And then, of course, like I said, rounding out the squadrons, he's got 4 generic ties and 4 generic bombers. So looks like he is kind of grouping up together on one side. Looks like they're only using half the map in this game.
Yeah, they are playing Rift Ambush, and that's Ebon Hawk on the bottom of the screen's objective. So he's just doing his grav shifting now, which I'm assuming he's just going to throw everything towards the Ebon Hawk player.
Yeah, he's a little more of a close range player. It looks like with the interdictor and the ISD's got the 4 blue, so it is a kind of a more medium range. But he's probably going to move those dust clouds a little. Let's see if he moves those, because he dropped it. I don't know actually if he's in range of the dust clouds. Maybe. But he's going to definitely use those to kind of protect himself from long range shots. So probably going to try to jump on him. May try to slingshot as well, because he is, I didn't see this. Is he the first or second player? Xander, the Imperial player.
Imperial player is first. It's Ebon Hawk's is the second player.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's his objective.
Yeah. Because the special rule with the grav well in the middle, once per activation, after a ship executes a maneuver, if it has distance 1 to 2 of the gravity rift, it must execute a speed 1 maneuver with a yaw of 0. If that ship belongs to the second player, it may use the 1 value. So it looks like the Imperial player is going to kind of just use that to jump ahead a little bit, but the Rebel player can kind of use that to slingshot. And I've definitely seen that a few times when I've played that, where people have slingshotted around that thing and as a second player. So it'll be interesting to see how he uses it. The Liberty doesn't seem like a ship that really wants to do that, so it doesn't seem like the best upgrade or the best objective for this fleet. Doesn't really have a close range ship or anything like that. So it'll be interesting to see how they deal with that.
I know when I've used Rift Ambush in any of my list building, I've usually used it as flank protection. Because basically, especially as an Imperial player, you tend to have face forward towards the enemy and try and kill it. So if you have the Rift Ambush on your side, basically nothing's usually, maybe some Speed 4 ships are going to try and come in. But other than that, most people won't be trying to be able, it basically protects your side. It's almost like giving a board edge.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I still didn't see. So we know that the grav shift reroute, the token was put out next to there, but I didn't see the grab well token. I'm not sure if he placed it over to the side and then just got rid of it afterwards, but I didn't see anybody set to speeds. Actually, the Liberty is set to speed 0.
And so is the Leia Flotilla. It's also at speed 0.
Oh, yeah, look at that. So it must be right in that section. So he must have put it there. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
And they're ready to start round 1 already. So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so we don't have to so spread out. And I'm gonna see. Let me see what adjustment. We're at 70% right now. So I'm going to go fit height. No, I definitely don't want that. I will go other and do like 66% or something like that, or maybe 60%.
Hey, as long as I can see the dice this round, that's all I care about. So I don't have to follow them in the
there we go, 60%. Got a nice view of just the ships.
There you go.
Everybody's in the field of view.
Yep, looks like the interdictor's already moved forward. So yep, they're already starting off. Excuse me, man. Got some pollen out here today. But,
I know with the cough, I've got a chronic cough, and it's really annoying. So when I go into like a store, and it's caused by whenever I step outside, it basically gives me a cough.
Perfect. Great time to have a cough. That's perfect.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, and then I try to walk into a store to go buy groceries, and I'm just suppressing it as hard as I can. And oh my god, because I don't want people to look at me. And I'm like, yeah. Right. Especially, and it's a very sudden cough. Like it's not even it doesn't even give you that warning. Like, oh, I'm gonna cough. It's just like, so you don't even have time to get your elbow up or whatever.
Right. Well, I mean, it's helpful if you're in the grocery store and somebody's moving toward the checkout lane ahead of you. They'll stop, and then you can kind of slide in front of them. So you just have to use it strategically. That's all. It'll be all right. Let's see. We've got Shara Tycho. I was looking at where he placed the E-wing, so it looks like he placed them off to the side. And then one over here. Okay. And the E-Wings are not rogue. That's right. They're Bomber Sniper 3. Okay.
Sorry, I'm just setting up people for next round since you're not going to be able to record the next round.
Oh, gotcha.
Sounds like Dane and Bill both from the ORJ podcast will be popping in. So might lose my channel right away.
They just take it over. Like, oh well. Let them.
No, I meant like lose it as in like get like shut down by the.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that would yeah.
Language and content.
So they're gonna do. So that'll be the third round today. So there's 3 rounds today, and then tomorrow there's going to be 2 more rounds.
Well, I don't know. There's not many players, so I would assume they'll do 1 more round at least, and then do the top cut. But I think Biggs actually has also messaged saying that he'd be willing to pop in as well. Let me just get back to my Discord so I'm not missing any chats. I told him, I'm like, yeah, just give me a few. We're just trying to get this second game going.
Right. Yeah, I know. After that first game, just trying to get that up and running. So at least we got this one up and running at the beginning. So
yeah, we actually got the first round. Yeah, first round of the first round.
Right,
the second round. Yeah. No, everything seems to be going smoothly. I've got.
Yeah, it looks like the Liberty pulled to navigate on his dial. They're just hanging out though. I don't see them. Oh, there he goes. Okay, he's moving now. I wasn't following their chat, so I'm not sure if they were.
Yeah, I've got trying to chat with Dane. So he's coming on. He wants to come on and commentate, but he's never used Vassal before.
Oh, perfect! Excellent. Well,
so I said,
why I'm not playing right now. So
he doesn't even have it installed. So I'm like, okay,
gotcha.
You have to talk to Bill.
Right.
Yeah, and Bill said he'd be ready for round 3.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you're off the hook. You don't have the hook for today.
That's good. I know. I probably if I had jumped play, I think all my rounds would have gone to 3 hours, and I would still be on round 2. Like, which button do you click here? Hold on a second. Which one? And well, it looks like the Liberty's having some issues. That's my only problem with the maneuver tool. Is always the thing that trips me up whenever I'm using this.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was playing with Bill last night, and he's on a Mac, so some of the buttons don't even exist on the Mac.
Oh, really?
So he has to figure them out because there's no cheat sheet for Mac users, so it's pretty funny. I taught Bill how to play Vassal while on a Mac. It was like, oh my god.
That's funny because last time I played, I deleted half of the maneuver in process, and then it couldn't move, and I had to back it out again and back up.
Oh, thank God for the undo button. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
I used to have, I don't know if it was my mouse or just my fat fingers or whatever, I used to have the problem of every time I click on a ship, it would move it like a millimeter. Always.
Oh, really?
Like every time I just click on the ship. So I've gotten a lot better at it.
Okay. Yeah, that's not cheating or anything. That's fine.
Yeah, just as long as it's never to the better though. That's the problem. So you always had to undo after you clicked on a ship, and then you have to re-click on the ship and try not to. Oh, it's pain.
Nice.
So not much is really going on right now.
Yeah, I think they're just maneuvering around. They're just
the Star Cruiser engine teched.
Yeah, he's moving up pretty quickly too. I was surprised by that. That he's
and he had to drop his speed back down to 1 because of the rift.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just trying to get past it and then get right in on the interdictor.
I guess that's true because he moved. So he moved speed 1, then he did the engine, and then I think he was in range. So then he had to do a speed 1 maneuver, right, with the grav shift.
Yeah, and then
shift. Yeah. And they could remove that token right there in the middle. That doesn't have to remain the grav shift reroute. The grav well actually does remain the entire game, but that token does get removed after they use it.
It just seems like the interdictor is just not optimized. I mean, it's not a brawler.
Hey!
This version, because there's no targeting scramblers.
Yeah, I was a little surprised by that actually.
And like Nita gives it evade so it can live. But
right. I mean, I don't mind Nita on here just because of the 2 contains always seem a little redundant unless you have damage control officers.
Yeah, so, I like DCO.
It's not bad with Nita. I mean, obviously, what he's doing is he's trying to protect it from the Onager, which makes sense. I mean, having the evade at extreme range, be able to cancel 2 dice, can keep that thing alive a little bit longer. But also, Brunson could just get rid of a die, so you have to kind of look at what you want. And I guess Nita can get choked out by Vader down the road, so that is always helpful. And Titus, actually. And he's got 2 people on there. Because Vader doesn't get discarded when he does that. Friendly ship is attacking. It may discard one of its commanders or officer cards other than Darth Vader, reroll any number. Yeah, so you keep Vader.
Oh, yeah, he sticks around.
Reroll Nita. Yeah, and then he can reroll with Titus also. I guess that's helpful.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, it's like my triple honor list has all the useless admirals. I've got Ozzel Admiral as the crew. I've got Admiral Titus as the crew. Yeah.
Did you throw what's the other one on there that brings the defensive retrofit into there?
Oh, Tua. No, I didn't. I don't have the. Well, I have the points. I have a 13-point bid, but
you don't even need to put a defensive retrofit. Just put Tua.
Just for the reroll,
for the reroll, exactly.
Or just put skill first officer at 1 point.
Well, that's true. You mean something that actually
makes sense? Oh, okay, yeah.
Whatever.
What was I thinking?
I knew what I was talking about.
Ricky Porter, the former UK national champion's messaging me, and he's like, I said to him, like, oh, you're not playing? And he's like, no, how do I sign up? I'm like, too late, round 2.
Well, that's the other problem, too. I was surprised, we were talking about this last round. I was surprised. I thought it was going to be kind of over the course of a week or 2 that we can kind of play the games or whatever. And so, when I think Matt was kind of telling me about it, and, he was saying you sign up at 9 and then it starts at 10. I said, oh, boy, that's a little bit quick. So I couldn't do that.
I think with the amount of numbers that he got, it actually helped to do this, because if it had been like 60 people had signed up, I can't even imagine having to for Biggs to be putting in all the numbers into cryotex, whatever he's using, and then to repost. I mean, he's posting the matchups and the standings in the Discord current tournament under Star Wars Armada thing. So you can see the current standings there. This is actually like table 7 for people that are wondering, but it had one of the more interesting matchups.
Yeah, this one was interesting. Well, honestly, just because it also didn't have an Onager Starhawk, so I know everybody's been kind of playing those, but I wanted to see something.
You wanted the interdictor. You saw it and you fell in love, and that was it. It was like, oh, there's an interdictor. Yeah, gotta watch that.
I was like, oh, that looks cool. Wait, it doesn't have scramblers? Oh, back away slowly. Hold on, back away slowly. Oh, it's too late. Too late. We already chose it.
And just as a note, the way they do squadron movement is usually they recommend you clone the squadron. So you just, when you click your squadron, you click copy, and then you move it so that it actually leaves a copy behind. That way you know your distant ring as you move to the new spot. Just it cleans it up a little bit, kind of like using discs on a real table.
Now, if you do that and you don't copy it, you move it, and you don't want to stay there, can you undo and go back, and it'll bring it back to where it was?
Well, they actually, for this tournament, the rules that was posted by Biggs were no take backsies.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Basically, because I think they wanted to keep the 3 hours time rolling.
Right. Yeah. And so, I know with something like this, it does take a little bit longer right now we're looking at two different, well, you just had it. There you go. Two different range ruler, just to look at everything. Actually, I think he clicked a third. So, got kind of definitely a kaleidoscope of colors here.
Drop some acid and watch Facile here.
It's what it feels like.
Well, one thing that was just interesting is actually the Torn Far on the MC80 is coming into play because he's been getting his rerolls for his squadrons because he's kind of like using his flotillas to throw the squadrons around the MC80 to protect it. Meanwhile, then he's getting the rerolls of that. But if you can see there, the Xander, the Imperial player, has gone super aggressive with his ISD, and he's coming in to probably smoke the two flotillas right off the bat. Or maybe to turn in and get a flank on the MC80.
Yeah, I'd say either the flank on the MC80, because remember, he can also hook in, and then now it's going to be interesting when he hooks in to get that straight shot. If he's first player, which he is going to go 0 on his yaw, so he might turn, and then if he goes speed 1, he might bump over that rock. So he's going to have to be careful by doing that.
Yeah, you can always just take the rock. I find I'm not obstacle
late last night or anything.
Oh my god, I'm exhausted. Well, like I said, I was up for about another hour or two after we stopped talking at like 1 my time.
Right. Yep.
So you were up late too, but
I was up at 2, but I have kids, so I'm used to it. So
I'm not. I'm a retired. I don't do anything. Although I'm ex-military, I'm not used to it anymore. But so I'm yawning away here. That's why I didn't want to do the first round. I wanted to sleep in.
Right. So as we're kind of watching this come into play, so one of the questions we were talking about this last round is that if we have people that are kind of sitting at home, sitting there with mics, sitting there deciding they want to do a podcast or something like that, what advice would you give to people as they're kind of sitting at home, debating whether they want to do that or not? What advice would you give them?
Don't. It's a lot of work. No, but in all honesty, it's fun. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so when I first started doing my podcast, I would go through it, listing it at one. I use Audacity for recording, and I would go through the whole podcast, listening to it at one speed. So if it was a 2 hour or 3 hour podcast, I'd be listening to it again for 3 hours afterwards. And all the way along, every time someone coughed, sniffled, I would delete those for each person on separate files.
That's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing for mine, is going through and deleting those.
Yeah, and like Carlo's got a bad sniffle. I don't know why. Everybody seems to have a thing, and you don't notice it when you're doing it live until you're listening to it at slow speed and deleting them all. Yick laughs a lot, which is fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But
that's always good.
I'm an Ummer.
An Ummer. That's another one. Yeah, that's Jason, when he does, because we were talking about a couple of episodes we're going to release here in a bit, but he has pauses. It.
That's Norm.
Like, listen to James T. Kirk. So,
that's Norm and Joe. They're the pregnant pauses. And it's funny because you watch it on you don't notice it in the conversation, but when you're watching it on Audacity, and all of a sudden your screen goes blank, and you're like, right. Oh, did I lose the recording? And then it finally gets the heartbeat again, and you're like, oh, it's just Norm pausing for a 30-second train of thought. But you didn't notice it at the time. Like, I don't know what it is.
Bad, but that's he has the James T. Kirk voice, so that's the a little bit.
So what are you up to?
Exactly. And I have the so every time, but I figured out in Camtasia when I edit it, I figured out what that looks like.
Mhm.
And so as I'm going through, I'll see something that looks like that, and I see
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And
I can recognize
and,
ums and coughs
yeah,
and
exactly.
yeah.
And so I'll delete that out.
So I'll know it's coming
all right.
up and yeah.
So the
But
technical side,
the technical side is probably your biggest hurdle right off the bat. Otherwise, keep in mind, like I try to keep my podcast fairly clean without cursing. Truthiness ruined that for me at the beginning when I had him on.
right.
But I try to keep it relatively clean because some people want to listen to it in their car or the kids are around at least. I don't care if like Bill and them they don't care, and that's great for them. And I still enjoy their podcasts and stuff like that too. And neither did the Intensify Fire guys. They didn't really care too much too. They had a lot of innuendo in theirs, and that's fine too. And so you have to kind of pick how you're going to go with that. Be organized. I found the episodes where I kind of just like, hey, you want to record that the flow of the conversation might be a little bit more disjointed. Ooh, interdictor's coming in speed 3 or speed 2 with engine text, I'm assuming. Does it have engine text on it? An interdictor? Are you there?
Sorry, yeah, I had the mute button on. The kids were running by.
Okay, he backed up.
Actually,
okay, he backed up. I was like, to say speed 3. Look at that go.
Well, the problem though is that he's going speed 2, but he's going to have to do the grav shift in a second. So he's going to have to move up one shortly, at least I think, once he places all these squadrons down, right? Because it says speed 2 on there. So he moved 2, and then he's going to have to. Yeah, there he goes. He's moving 1.
Yeah, and then overlap again.
He did fire a dive from long range at the front of the Liberty, but it got a crit. And I think, does the Liberty have 5 on the front, or does it have 4 on the front? I can never remember.
Default is 5, I believe.
Default is 5. Okay, yeah, so 5. So it did take 1 damage on the front. But now it is coming in.
And he also redirected a shield to the right.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha. But it doesn't have the scrambler, so it'll be interesting to see how well it survives when it's nose to nose with that.
Yeah, thing. I'm surprised he's willing to throw his admiral in there too. Piet's the cheap admiral, but still.
He is.
I'm thinking he's just going to block him. Yeah. I think he wants to block him and then swing that ISD into the side of it.
Yeah.
Rock be damned.
That's a viable option. Yeah. Right, exactly. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see. So obviously he's going to turn.
Now will Ebon Hawk realize it and then try to block? Nope. Okay.
No, he looks like he's just moving up the 1. Okay.
Yeah. So back to the podcast. Yeah, I think it's just you got to come up with the format. I prepare now a lot. I'll actually have 4 to 5 pages of notes, with rules. If we're going to talk about rules, I like to have actually copy paste those rules into my little note section, so I have them in front of me to respond. That, or I'll have at least the FAQ and the rules reference guide and the tournament regs open in PDF format, so that they're just there, so I can quickly pull at them. Because that's a kind of a pet peeve of mine when I listen to other podcasts, and either they get a rule wrong or they can't remember, so they just kind of push past it, and it's like, well, no, let's get the rules right.
And I want to get it right as well, and so you're right. Pulling it up and having it there already is important, because I'm more a fan of, if you hear somebody say something about a rule, I don't mind if they take a second to look it up. You can obviously hear they're doing it. And I'd rather them get it right than, like you said, just kind of play it off or say, I'm not exactly sure, or say, oh yeah, Scramblers was 3 dice instead of 4 dice, and just kind of roll with it. Because you do have a lot of people that listen to the podcast and try to, at least use some of the information they say, in their games. So you don't want to give them bad information.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't want to be Galactic Conflict said, and then you're wrong. It's funny because there's actually I was a proponent of the way slicer tools kind of originally worked, whereas your opponent would tell you what to change the dial to, but they wouldn't get to see what you actually had. So they might be giving you a squadron command. You already had a squadron command or something. You know what I mean? Didn't matter.
Right.
And the way the rules were as written was that actually fed into that, and then they in an email they changed the rules, and then they finally got it in the most recent FAQ. So now you can see what the person had. So
right, and I find it interesting that they changed up the rules about touching people's dials right before all this pandemic started. And I thought that was really interesting. That it's if they tell you to change your dial, you can change your own dial. You don't let them reach across the table and touch it. So
Well,
that was probably the most timely thing that happened.
that's come from the X-Wing world, because I listened to quite a few X-Wing podcasts, and they actually had a long discussion since last year at Adepticon about people touching other people's stuff. And like, there's people that just don't want you to touch my stuff. You know, unless I ask you to help me move a ship, don't touch my stuff. And that way, so like that discussion was already going on in the X-Wing community. So I think with the lead time of getting like LucasArts to approve the FAQ and all that stuff, that it was just kind of coincidental that it's like, and don't touch other people's stuff, and coronavirus.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like Disney released it.
This is an interesting little scenario that's going on here. So there are 3 bombers in front of the interdictor. However, the advanced transponder net is on the ISD, which would allow those bombers to basically block the front of it from the I think it's the E-Wings coming in, or is it Tycho and Shara, that's who's coming in. So it would allow them to block it, but they can't block it now because it's on the wrong ship. So it's kind of interesting. Maybe if he does swing that ISD around, then maybe that
they'll all be there, all in the range. So and I mean at this point the Rebel player has to make that decision. Is he going to try and stop all these bombers from raking over the Star Cruiser, or is he going to go try and use them for other means? So
right. Well, at least at the moment they're blocked by Tycho and Shara, so they are engaged by them. And it's going to be interesting to see the 2 TIE fighters that are sitting there are probably going to shoot Shara, because if they blow up by a counterattack, who really cares? There's 2, I believe, reserve decks, 1 on each of the Gazantis, so they can come back and then fly back into the battle, which is interesting. So I think that's going to be... Oh, wait, they've already used one. I'm sorry. They've already used one of them. So one of them is flying in and was destroyed. So it looks like 1 TIE fighter is coming in back into the fight.
Oh, yeah. No, nice.
Yeah.
I remember in testing, everybody was, oh my god, this is going to be so overpowered. Nothing. Never see it.
No, yeah. I mean, it's neat. And
I like it for jump masters. You know,
jump masters are good, yeah. And honestly, with TIE fighters, I think it's best bang for the buck that you can, for a 3-point upgrade, you can get an 11-point squadron back. And really just for the Imperial side, I don't really care if the Interceptor has 2 health versus 3, just because it's still viable.
Still getting 1 shot. Yeah.
And it can counter if it gets destroyed. So I don't really care. Yeah, exactly. It's still getting 1 shot.
Yeah.
It looks like interdictor gained a repair, so he's activating the interdictor. So let's see what he does with that. Navigate, concentrate, fire. So he is using...
He popped Hondo. Yeah.
He did.
That's what happened.
I see.
He popped Hondo.
Pop Hondo. There it is.
So the Imperial player popped Hondo and gave Nav and a concentrate fire to the Rebel player. And the Revenge, which is the ISD, took a squadron command, and the interdictor took a repair. And the Rebel player is putting the Navigate on his MC-80, which is actually kind of timely. I would have actually maybe not. I might have just taken the nav for myself, just to not give him the option of getting more speed. And then the assault frigate's taking the concentrate fire command, which the assault frigate's kind of out of the battle right now. Next round, it should be in a better position.
It should be, and I feel like the assault frigate's just kind of slow, rolling around, and it's going to take some pot shots when some people come out. But putting the repair token on the interdictor is interesting because he does have Piet, so you're able to at least use Piet.
Full repair,
yeah, full repair. Now, of course, he hasn't taken anything yet, but of course, in the front arc of that Liberty, I'm guessing he will. I'm gonna venture a guess and say that the interdictor is going to take some damage. So looks like he activated the ISD.
Yeah, and he's taking a front-to-front shot on the Leia. We'll see what the dice shows. So he's got the accuracies, but he does not have the damage.
No.
He's LTTing the blank. Link turbo laser towers, the blank. So he's got 2 damage.
Yep.
Concentrate fire.
Oh. And...
Wait for it. Wait for the set.
Looking for that double.
He's throwing the red in.
Come on. I'm waiting for him to throw it in. Yeah, he took the one. He took one. So if he does get a double,
and he's spending the. No, it doesn't.
Let's see. It has to be declared before. So he didn't declare the token beforehand.
Oh. No.
Didn't know that.
No. Should I interfere? Is that?
Ooh, I thought you were an observer.
I don't know. Or,
There you
yeah.
go.
I think they're playing it wrong. I don't know what to do.
Yeah. I mean, you can jump in if you want.
I don't know what their stupid rules are now.
So
they're like, it's because like Buddy cheated and blew up the X-Wing world, and all of a sudden they don't want people telling people.
Oh yeah, right.
But I mean, that is actually wrong. You can't CF token afterwards. All that matters is whether you dialed it or not. That's all that matters.
Right.
You can always use it during your command. You just couldn't have concentrated fire, then see the results, and then go, oh, and I'm going to do a token. Like that's outlined in the most recent FAQ. Finally, with that example,
Right.
Exactly.
Yep.
But yeah, so there's one mistake which I might mention it to Biggs. Not so much for the game result, but just for him to pass on to everybody.
Right. And it looks like he got this is the Leia one too. So the Leia one doesn't have Bright Hope. I think that's the other one that has Bright Hope. So yeah, so it potentially, if he got the double, potentially. That was a pretty good shot against the side of the Liberty. So he got 5 damage against it. Brace, redirect. Okay. Yeah, I want to see where he's going to move this ISD. That's really
wait.
Oh
Vader.
my God. Wait.
He's discarding Titus for the crit, and he gets a crit with the reroll.
I mean, is that? I guess. I mean, that's interesting, but you round up 5 to 3, or you round down 5 to 3 anyway. So I guess he was looking for a double.
Yeah,
it wouldn't have made a difference.
I would have saved a reroll for later.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's 5 damage, round down, or have half to 3, or 6 round half to 3.
And an accuracy wouldn't have helped because you have the double accuracy or double brace.
Right, double brace. Yeah. Let's see what I want to see where he moves with this thing. So that's really the question. And then he's going to have that extra, because I know at speed 3 he's probably still going to be in distance 2 of it. So let's see. What's funny is that if he had gotten even 1 damage on that extra attack, that extra die, he would have gotten 2 damage against this Leia one, and then he could have bumped it potentially and killed it.
I'm going to try and bring Biggs into the conversation, actually.
Uh-oh.
Actually, he offered to conversation.
He would jump in and...
he can. He's the TO.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you're allowed to tell the TO, but he's
narc. Somebody called the TO.
And because it's in Vassal... Well, yeah, but if we catch it soon enough, I mean, that's an extra die, right? Or not necessarily, it's an extra reroll.
I think it was the reroll, yeah. So he wouldn't have killed it because he would have rerolled single into a double if he did that.
Yeah.
But he could also just as easily roll it into a blank, so it may not matter. Let's see. 1, 2, 3 doesn't... Let's see if it bumps here. I don't know.
But he has to slow down because of the rift. Oh, no. 3.
Yep, 3 he didn't bump, so that's good. But then, yeah, well, I think what he did is he slowed to 2.
It doesn't make a difference. It'll be dead next turn anyways. So
yeah.
But still, Biggs will still be joining us. I mentioned to him if he wants to be in.
Okay.
He offered earlier, so.
So what he did was he slowed to 2, temporarily slowed to 2, and then he did the 1 forward without the yaw value. So that's why he ended up where he's at. So the question is going to be, like you said, he's probably going to kill that Leia transport this coming round because it'll bump him. But then he'll have to try to swing around, and he might be going after that the assault frigate. Is what he might do.
Yeah, that's true too. He might just
zip away. Yeah, I think the Liberty's going to be too fast. Now the question is whether the Liberty can.
Well, the Liberty was revealed in nav command, so it's going to have a nav and the token. Right now, it's shooting. It's got a half decent roll, 5 damage and an accuracy. I'm not sure if there's going to be any modifications.
So let's see. It's going to because it'll block the brace, and it did get the token from Hondo, right? When the opponent Hondo'd, he got the nav token. So he can jump to 3 if he needs to. So 5 with no brace. So the interdictors, that's fine. Be using that token. Although I think in the chat said Piet was used. So yeah, I think because he used it on the straight 5.
Okay.
So he already used Piet to. So he's not going to be able to repair with the token as a full repair. Drop his front shields down, and he'll probably take.
I'm at 42% uploaded of the first game.
Oh, there you go.
So, and I tried to update as many places as I could that I'm no longer streaming and that I'm just recording and uploading after each round.
So you send a message to Bill, is what you're saying?
Yeah, basically, Bill. That was about it. Just tell him, and he'll tell the world.
Right. Hey, Bill. By the way.
See, we can make fun of him now because he can't retaliate at all.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean,
until he listens to it like tomorrow or later tonight or something.
Exactly. So, and then my Facebook Messenger will blast up. Yeah. So let's see. The interdictor pulled the depower armament. Can't attack at long range. Which,
no big deal.
He got one red die. So well.
Yeah.
Although he doesn't have decaps, so that would have made a big difference. But again, doesn't have it on that one. And then it looks like he's taking a side shot at the ISD. Accuracy and a hit, and leading shots. Is he going to re-roll He's going to re-roll that red. Oh, okay, 2 hits.
Got too many windows open.
Yeah. Should be less than last time, though.
Well, it is. I have Mozilla in the background just because of the uploading to YouTube. But
oh, that's right.
My Discord chat was over the dice, and I'm like, "What? Where's the dice?"
Oh, you're having the same problem I was having last time.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Like, I was just watching the chat window for the dice. All right, let's see where he moves this Liberty now. So he does have a navigate dial and a token. So as we said, he can jump to 3 if he wants to. I'm thinking those.
He can clear it. He can get around the interdictor. So
yeah,
it's whether he wants to, though. I'm not sure if he wants to pound on it. But
I don't know, because he can probably get another round of shooting into that interdictor before the ISD comes around at him. So yeah, I don't know. If I was running that Liberty, I think I might just.
He's going to face 2 rounds because the interdictor hasn't shot this round.
No,
correct?
But it's only 3 blue and a red, so
yeah,
and it's only one arc. It's not
single arc. Whereas when he moves, you probably end up in double arc.
Right.
Yeah, so he's spending the navigate token as well, so he's going up to speed 3.
Yeah, he's going for it.
And then when he slingshots, we'll see where he probably gets out of front arc, but he might end up in rear arc.
So I mean, that's the question though. Is he essentially is sacrificing the ability to kill the interdictor and Piet for potentially killing those 2 Gazantes? Did he bump?
No, it's just a vassal error because he just left the tool up to do the free speed 1 maneuver with the tick.
Oh, gotcha.
And when he did it, it just pushed him forward as opposed to actually using the tool, and then you set it back up and redo it. No big deal.
So
he got out of. He's in rear arc though, so he's double arced.
Yeah, so he's double arced.
Rear and side.
I don't know.
But he's also got a double arc on the interdictor. If the interdictor hasn't gone, I can't remember right now. Let me just look up. The interdictor is not gone, so
right, and it's going now. It looks like. It is. Is it going? He's checking. Yeah, looks like he's got that rear arc. So now, I mean, at least he can put some damage in.
Just a sec. Hey, sorry about that.
It's 2-4.
I just lost you there. I'm gonna add a friend.
Sorry.
Oh,
that's good.
Add Biggs. That didn't help. Discord. Let me just. I gotta add him as a friend. You can keep talking.
Yeah, I'm just watching to see what the. I want to see what the interdictor does on this one, but.
Add friend. I think I can add him to the call.
Looks like the Gazanti is activating. Okay. Go
back with him. Must be a way. I think you're pretty sure you can do.
Just add him in.
Yeah, add him in. No. If
you might have to end it and then do both.
Yeah, or go into my server. That server I invited you to.
Right.
We might be able to have to do it in there.
Oh, gotcha. And do the voice in there.
Just a sec here, Biggs. Yeah.
So let's see. Yeah, he's shooting with the bombers right now. Ooh, we got a hit crit on the front. That's gonna be interesting.
Oh, there he is. Biggs, you there?
Yep, I'm here. How's it going?
Good. You still here, Jeremy? Jeremy? Did I lose Jeremy?
You might have.
Huh,
I don't hear him at all.
Yeah, he's showing as the.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. Jeremy?
Hey, there we are. Yep.
Oh, okay. Biggs?
Hello.
Okay, so we got everybody. There we go.
There you go.
Welcome to the show, Biggs.
Thank you.
How's the tournament going?
We missed you, though. We had a judge call a minute ago that neither of us wanted to jump in on, so we should have pulled you in.
Yeah, that's literally what I'm here for right now. Many ways to reach me. You can figure out where the heck I am in Vassal and right-click my name and send me a message. Or you can, the preferred way is tracking me down on the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we
I'm
missed
on the Armada Discord as at Biggs-VassalTO for today, so...
Oh. Okay.
Easy,
so is this your other account then?
To find. No, I just changed my nickname temporarily.
Okay. Yeah, no, the game's been going pretty good today. I had a lot of problems with Twitch on the first round, and to the point where the video was 15 to 20 minutes behind the audio.
It was pretty far behind.
And so when I ended the stream, I just went back and watched the video, and they hadn't even it was round 2 on the stream, but the audio was right up to the point where we closed her down. And I'm yeah. So I'm just going to have to upload everything to YouTube. So my recorded video is fine, which I'm in the process of uploading to YouTube right now. So that's how everything will be going on for the rest of the day. It'll just be basically a round behind uploading it. So no live chat, but oh well.
Yeah, I think Twitch was having a lot of issues on. It kept dropping, and there was a lot of errors and things like that. So, oh well. But I mean, you're uploading these ones pretty quick, so it's
because last night in that trial run with Bill, I wasn't having any problems. So it must be a Twitch issue or something like that.
Yeah, there was definitely a difference between 2 a.m. Twitch and noon Twitch. There was probably a lot more people on Twitch. So it looks like he is. TIE fighters getting attacked or attacking. Looks like they're going after Shara and Tycho. So the fight that was happening in front of the Interdictor is happening. So Tycho is attacked. Ebon Hawk clears all the dice. Ebon Hawk rolls 3 dice. Right. So Tycho was attacking and dropped the TIE fighter down to, it looks like 1 health. But he still has 1 reserve hangar deck left.
The best type of TIE fighter. The 1 health TIE fighter.
1 health jerk.
So what more do you need?
That's all.
Health for chumps. Yeah. So, Biggs, do you want to give a quick rundown on the whole tournament, numbers and stuff like that? For people that aren't participating?
So we had 17 people sign up. Unfortunately... one of the players was not. He signed up with the understanding that he'd be able to play later in the day, but not immediately. So he got removed, and so then I dropped myself so that we'd have an even number because, well, that's just rude.
Yeah, get up early in the morning, especially for Europeans. I get up early at 2 a.m. to play, and then by the way, you got a 3-hour buy.
Go back to bed.
So we've got 16 total players. I think we had every single possible score in round 1. Yep, we did. We had 2 players 10-0'd, 2 players 9-2'd, 2 players 8-3'd, 1-7-4, 1-6-5, and then it mirrored in the other direction as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, table 1. It looks like we're hanging out at table 7 right now.
Yes, we are
on this one.
This is an interesting matchup, so we decided to go with that.
Yeah, you did. Mm-hmm. It was all you.
Yeah, someone saw an interdictor on the screen and was like, "Ooh, we should watch this one."
Ooh, this one looks fun. Let's watch that.
Let's just not watch the triple Onager slugfest.
Is there a triple Onager?
There's actually 4 Onagers on the table on table 1.
Oh man. And
it's one Onager versus 3 Onagers.
Because that's what my list was going to be for Worlds, was triple onagers. That's what I ran last night. So with Vader, or is he running something else?
I think it's Vader with the triple onager. So it's 3 onagers, all with OP cannons.
Yeah.
And 1 little Gazanti trailing.
Yeah, that's exactly my list. Except yeah.
And he's up against a
they're actually having
Sloan 134 with an onager and Quasar.
That's the one we just watched. Sam. Yeah, Sam's.
So. Yeah, Sam's. Mm-hmm. Now, do you have the ability to jump around on these, or do you have to stay on this one?
Oh, I can jump.
No, not you, Biggs. I know you can do it.
I can't.
Does the TL have the ability to jump around?
I can't, because every time I close the if I close this window for the table window,
right,
OBS doesn't like that at all. I'd actually have to close.
It really doesn't.
I'd actually have to close OBS and reopen it every time, because like even if I open up OBS and I haven't opened up like the round, the dice, and everything properly, the screen's just messed up.
So you'll have to just edit out everything Biggs just said, because then people watching this one are going to really want to watch that one, and we can't show it to them. Thanks, Biggs. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, I can give some brief updates on what's going on.
Oh, that'd be perfect.
Yeah. So tables too.
We've got so for table 1, JP82729. He's the guy running the triple onager. All 3 of them are still flying. It looks like it's about midway through round 2, but he's named his ships Larry, Curly, Mo, and the Quasar is Shemp. So Larry,
the Gazanti.
The Gazanti. I'm sorry, the Gazanti.
Okay, I was going to say still a Quasar. Whew, yeah, yeah.
Just a boring team's Quasar.
Larry,
right? Exactly.
Larry is getting the stuffing kicked out of him right now, and Cataclysm has yet to activate. So I don't know if Larry's very much longer for this world.
Yeah, that was my problem last night. Is I lost. Is that the Vader carrier as well?
Vader is on Mo, and Mo is wisely hanging back to the rear.
Nice. Okay.
But he's not going to be out of range for very long. And I lied. It's not Sloan. It's Ramadi.
Yeah, it's Ramadi.
For the 134. 134 for people that don't know, 134 refers to the number of or the point value of the squadrons being brought,
and that's the max you can bring.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, it might not be exactly 134, but 134 is a pretty good shorthand for like they brought max squadrons.
Yeah, when you see 8 to 10 squadrons, it's probably pretty close to the full amount. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Every single one of them being a named squadron, except for one lone jump master, the one generic that shows up in a fleet.
Yeah, and on the match we're just watching right now, the assault frigate's done a squadron command, and he's got flight controllers. So he's trying to pound away on some TIE bombers with his E-wings. There's been
all right. So,
go ahead.
I was going to tell you. Tell you what's going on with Table 2 right now.
Sounds good.
Sure.
Okay, so Table 2, we've got on one hand it's Rasproteus versus Ginkapo. Hopefully, I've pronounced both of those correctly.
You're supposed to try and purposely screw them up.
Yeah, I know.
It's Ginkapoo. Come on, everybody knows it's Ginkapoo.
So it's
Ginkopo? Is that what it was?
It's Gink and Rasp. Gink and Rasp.
There you
go. So let me just verify who is who. Really.
Gink is Irish, correct? No, that's. Where's he from?
No, he is United Kingdom.
Oh, United Kingdom. Okay, yeah.
I
knew he
made
was
that assumption. Way to go.
He is running Agate on an MC-75 ordnance cruiser, strategic advisor, CHAM, ECM, and external racks. There's also a admonition, MC-30 torpedo frigate with expert shield techs, ordnance experts, reinforced blast doors, and external racks. I love that build.
Very tanky. Very tanky.
Wow.
Very tanky. Very good against squadrons. A GR-75 Bright Hope and Slicer tools. CR-90 Jaina's Light, Ezra Bridger, and Link Turbo Laser Towers. And then another CR-90 with Hondo and Link Turbo Laser Towers. And then Tycho and Shara round out that list. So he is going up against Rasp. Rasp has brought also an MC-75, also with Agate. His one has Strategic Advisor, Advanced Transponder Net, Ordnance Experts, ECM, Assault Concussion Missiles, External Racks, and Aspiration to be excessively tanky. It has taken a heck of a beating already and has lost most of those shields and some hull.
Okay.
There's also a GR-75 with Hondo and a comms net. I think I said that for the one above. No, Bright Hope and Slicer Tools was on the one above. There's also, an admonition with the MC-30 torpedo frigate. This one goes the other way around. It's got Lando Calrissian, electronic countermeasures, admonition, ordnance, and APTs. And then he's also running an assault frigate Mark II-B with Bail Organa with the turn counter set to turn 4. Electronic countermeasures, Paragon, boarding troopers, and Link Turbo Towers. And also, and this is going to come as a giant shock, Tycho and Shara. So this is pretty much a mirror match. Admonitions are fighting each other. Jaina's Light is like in a really bad spot. Both of the MC-30 or both of the MC-75s are just
tanked up,
getting wrecked here. Well, no, I take it back. Gink's MC-75 is actually doing pretty okay, but Rasp's is just getting the stuffing kicked out of it. His assault frigate's basically untouched, but Jaina's Light, one CR-90 is already dead. He's got that would be Jaina's Light. He's got the other CR-90 kind of dead to rights. Admonition has 2 damage cards already. So we've got ourselves an absolutely brutal fight being kicked up here. And
nice.
I can't predict who's going to win this one.
Mirror matches 10 times, 9 times out of 10 boils down to the objective. I find, I don't know what objective are they playing?
They are playing infested fields
with hardly any squadrons between the two of them.
Yeah, I know.
Hardly any squadrons.
Okay.
It looks like it's come 3 tokens for Rasp, 2 tokens for Gink, and all the tokens have been claimed.
So I take that back. I think it'll now be who matters who's first. Because whoever gets whatever that big haymaker off.
Right. Now, we were talking about, by the way, in this one, we were talking about Piet with the interdictor. It did spend Piet to do the engineering token this round. Yeah. And it did heal a bunch of shields and
he dialed up a squadron command, which was I was very surprised at.
Yeah, I was surprised.
I was expecting a nav or
Right. So I guess he'll be activating 2 of these squadrons somewhere. The bombers did do quite a bit of work on the front of the Liberty, but of course, Tycho being Tycho flew in there to protect it. So we'll kind of see who he activates here to a TIE fighter.
Having a heavy bomber list without having intel is kind of not heavy bomber, but at least any bombers.
Any
Without
bombers,
having intel,
right.
it's kind of like,
Well, and
because they don't have much of an anti-squadron capability. So
no, and the problem is that the E-wings can kind of sit back and snipe while Tycho and Shar are just going to drop in and block everybody. So it's going to be interesting to see how he kind of handles this. Obviously, he's like we were talking about. He's got the double arc with the interdictor on the front and side of that Liberty. So he might even have both on the front. I still can't see the dot for the line of sight on that Liberty. I don't know. Biggs, you know where that dot is on the Liberty for the line of sight on the front? Is it farther up or farther back?
Let me take a look here.
Biggs could just fade it. I just can't.
Oh, he can fade it? Oh.
Yeah. He's a TO. He can fade it. I can't.
I mean, I can right-click on it, but I'm sure as heck not going to do it. So yeah, I see that.
Okay, so what are we looking for here?
The dot on the Liberty.
Whereabouts is it?
On the front. Yeah, on the front line of sight dot. It's because the side arc of the interdictor is that. Oh, is it that far forward? Oh, wow. Yeah. So he should have a double arc on the front of the Liberty then, from the rear and the side of the interdictor.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll help them too.
Just fading.
Yeah. As it's wounded, it just fades away.
Right. It wasn't actually here. Don't worry about it.
I mean, I still can't decide who's gonna win this. Like,
the Liberty is probably going to kill the two Gazantes, and then maybe these two guys will kill the assault frigate. I
think that might be the trade. Yeah,
but Leia's probably going to die from the interdict or the ISD. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. You know, squadron wise, he's already killed two of the ties, so he's used both reserve hangar decks. So he's not bringing any more in. I think he just checked the side arc as well on the interdictor to see. So they know now that it can be. He's checking double arc on that.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're going to be able to kill that Liberty though.
Not unless for some reason he can't get an accuracy off. He ends up being blocked and held in spot.
It still has two. It still has a. Is it down? Oh, it's still one brace and one redirect now.
Yeah.
Oh, it used it against the bombers. That's what it was.
Yeah, I mean, it's still got 7 hull.
Well, it did roll an accuracy on the first shot on the rear, so it's going to block that brace and then do 2 damage. So it's putting some work in.
Yeah, I think the Imperial player's best bet though is to push through with the interdictor and the ISD, erase the one flotilla, and then try and target that assault frigate.
Right,
which is also the 20 points for the admiral as well. So.
Oh, that's right. The admiral's on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
he needed to use his Gazantes more as a blocker to keep that Star Cruiser from jumping around behind him, and to keep it in front of that interdictor. Because I think if he could have kept it in front,
he got another accuracy on the red. So he's fired 2 shots. Both have accuracies to block the brace.
The perfect shots. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's putting the damage in. So he's getting there. But yeah, you're right. If he swings around 1, 2, 3, 4 now out of 8. On the Liberty, 5. Eesh. So he's only got 3 health left.
He actually let him use the brace, and because he had to discard it.
Oh,
he accuracy'd the redirect.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it'll be a question of whether if he can finish off some of these Tycho and Shara before and move some of bombers in.
Yeah.
Maybe, but right now he's kind of locked down. So. Yeah, he's probably going to lose that Gazanti, though. And remember, too, that the interdictor is going to move one slowed by the rift and then have to move another one, which may put it in back of that dust cloud. So he might actually be saved from getting shot at by the assault frigate.
Yeah, he's probably not trying to get past it, at least not for this first round.
Right. And if you turn and land on it, do you take damage? Was that the rule?
On the rift? You get put to speed 0. Now, the objective itself might have a damage if you land on it. But the normal rule for the rift is you just slow to speed 0.
I don't think it does. That ability temporarily reduced both players. No, it doesn't say you just speed 0.
Yeah.
So I think he's just going to move straight ahead is what it looks like. Oh, we might turn a little bit. Okay.
Maybe he wants to poke out his little corner of his... to get a double arc or something, I don't know. But if he turns that way, he's not going to end up blocking the frigate, and the frigate can kind of turn away to the right, and he might end up blocking his own Imperial Star Destroyer.
Right. Because that's the problem. This thing, I mean, it's out of distance 2 and it moves after it kills that flotilla, or if it kills that flotilla. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Because you never know. You never know.
So, Biggs, how do you like this format? The 9 hours a day of Vassal.
It is unique and something that we have never done before. So ask me again at hour 9, and we will see.
Because really, it's not hour 9; it's more like hour 11 because of delays.
Yeah,
So we were talking about this a little bit before. So you're doing 3 rounds today, and then are you planning with the number of people to do rounds tomorrow as well?
So because we have 16 players, we're stopping at round 3, but we're still going to do a cut to the top 2. So tomorrow is going to be, or I'm sorry, top 4.
Top 4. Okay.
So tomorrow we're going to have 2 rounds. Number 1 versus number 4, number 2 versus number 3, and then the winners of those games will play.
Okay, and those winners get all those sweet world's prizes, right?
The winners of that get all of the prizes that we have offered for this tournament.
Wow, unlimited subscription to Vassal, I think, was the top prize.
Yeah.
Nice. I like it.
Free access to the Armada Discord channel. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
This tournament is sponsored by Nobody and Nothing, and so
wow, impressive. That's a nice snag you got there. Mm-hmm. That's a good sponsorship.
You think?
Quality,
I would love if FFG stepped up and did some sponsoring of the Vassal tournament,
especially right now.
Yeah.
You know, of all the times to kind of step in and help out with online stuff would be. You know, right now, I know by the way, I don't know if you saw, they put that Naboo fighter for X-Wing up there and the site promptly crashed. So,
no doubt, yeah.
Yeah.
So no kidding.
By the way, world, everyone who wants one, order it tomorrow at 9 a.m. That's actually why I was having problems with Twitch. It was just the internet got overloaded by people trying to buy a Naboo fighter.
That's what it was. I saw that too, because the last year, I think it was last year at Adepticon, I got the was it the Separatist ship? I think I bought a couple of those, and
I had to play both things. I couldn't even get over there to. They weren't even open when we'd already started playing. It was so annoying.
Yeah, so I picked up those, but you know, I turn around. I usually sell all the promo stuff that I get. So
I keep it all. I keep it all or give it away.
No, I usually that's how I fund the habit. So you know, I go to tournaments. Not going to Worlds is tough because all those Worlds prizes I may or may not have won. I could have sold those. So
all those attendance prizes.
Exactly. Hey, you say that, but I think Worlds last year or the year before, those are a participation prizes. I think I sold them for $100 a pop. So and we got 3 of them. So yeah.
Which one did you?
The double-sided was it the Admiral card or the Commander cards that were sold?
The Rican and Rican and something else.
Yeah, but they were I think we got 3 of them because we got 1 a day for the days we played, and so it was like $100 a pop. I sold them for each. You know, each one was $100.
Wow. I actually have stacks of stuff. I should just try and start selling it. I know Josiah JJ. He unloaded a ton of his stuff from over the years because he was trying to fund his habits as well. Because he's in Legion now. That's actually what he's doing this weekend. Is he's in a Legion TTS tournament.
I got a buddy of mine who's actually in that right now as well. So he's playing it.
Yeah,
but that's what I usually do. Sell the prizes. So it's not too bad.
I should because I have like 10 of those. The awesome regional ruler, the one that's the double-sided one that actually is the right measurements.
Oh yeah,
I have like 10 of those things.
I've got 2 of them. One's from Gen Con 2015, and then that's the 2 rulers that are not the double-sided, and then I've got the broken up ones that are double-sided, but it's each segment that it came with. That's 2016 Gen Con, and that's the one. By the way, if you ever want to piss Ian off, and
the white ones.
Yeah, he lost the distance one
for
the squadrons. Oh. He used to walk around with that in his bag, and then whenever the judge called, he'd walk over, and he lost it. And I have one of them, and so I always have to keep an eye on. But I usually hold it up every time I walk by him, and just to mess with him. So he's offered to buy it before. I said no, I'm not going to do it. So that one's all the different distances, and those apparently they were cut correctly. So those are
actually they weren't. Some
really?
Some were too long. Some were too long. There's certain some of the broken down ones were too long.
Oh, so like some of the different distances.
Yeah.
But the one, I've checked the one before, the distance one for squadrons, that one is correct.
Yeah,
So
it's like
that's why
the
people
Red
say-
National stick from, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. That one was too long as well.
Okay.
But everything else
Yeah,
since
well-
then has been too short.
Right. So I usually let the opponent use those. I'm like,
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
No,
Here
ahead,
you go.
ahead.
There you go, dude. I'll be nice and give you one of these.
Exactly.
Oh, man,
use
thanks.
my awesome stick. It's
Yeah,
fine.
here's my regional ones from Primes this year. That's the first thing we do now is we get to a Prime and it's like, oh, let's measure the sticks. Oh, and they're wrong. We did that at Gen Con this year. Ian was there with me at Gen Con and we're like, hey, let's measure them. And they're wrong.
If that's not the very first thing that you do when you get to a prime, you gotta know whether the prize sticks that you're
It's
that
worth
you're
it.
trying to win.
You can set your
legit or
realistic
not.
goals. You know?
I mean,
I will
just
say-
to,
Even
just to add
even if
on
they're
those-
short, people still buy them online. So even if they're short, they still sell.
I couldn't
I
sell
sold.
them.
I think
couldn't sell
Worlds last year, I sold mine. My sticks that I got, I sold them. I think it was a couple $100 I sold them for. So, I throw them up on eBay and somebody usually buys them. Short or not,
mean,
they don't care.
Wow.
short, long, they are official FFG FFG prize stuff. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think if
they're
somebody
legit.
probably buys them somewhere to give them out to the first place player at their tournament, their local tournament, so that way they're giving them short rulers. So I think that's the trick, really, to be able to do that. It's all a conspiracy.
Biggs, do you know if there's many new players in here? I know it's in our first game they're with Sam and he was a relatively new player. Anthony was, or at least for a vassal.
There are several people here that are relatively new to Vassal.
Okay.
I know one guy from my local meta. One guy from the Atlanta meta. And that's what I know about off the top of my head. I'm seeing some people that are playing that haven't been in the Vassal World Cup, so
Yeah, I was actually
that
gonna
suggests
jump in.
that they might be relatively new.
I was going to jump into this Vassal tournament, but I've only played one game 3 years ago, Vassal, so I didn't want to take too long on everything. The last one I played was 5 hours long because Jeff Hensey and I couldn't figure it out. So I would be that guy. So I didn't want to jump in on this one, but maybe the next one.
And ironically, I just didn't feel like sitting here for 9 hours.
Nice.
And then I end up doing it
Okay.
anyways. That's because even when I was talking to you, Biggs, there, I was saying, I'm like, oh, I'll probably just jump in on the second round, and it was because I didn't have anyone else to broadcast me in the morning, and
Oh,
then I
it's
was
my
like,
fault.
yeah, it is
My
actually.
fault.
Well, last
okay.
night at midnight,
okay.
you're like, oh, I'll do it. Oh, okay. Well, okay, I'll get up at
You should have
7.
said
My
no.
time.
You could have said no.
Well, to be honest, it was
I
good
would-
because the amount of problems we had.
Oh my god.
I mean, it was probably
You
about
should have just given it to Bill and let him deal with all the problems.
yeah.
Around.
We were probably about half hour, 45 minutes into the first round before I even started recording and streaming because it just everything was going wrong. And every time I make an adjustment, you have to adjust OBS, and it was like, oh my god. And then finally just
So let's
said,
see what.
let's stream. Let's
So it
not
was
stream.
a pot shot. It was a pot shot by the rear arc of, or no, it was the side arc to the rear arc. That's what it was of the. Let's see, change left shields. I'm just trying to follow the.
The interdictors, yeah, unloading on the.
It looks like
Star
he is
Cruiser.
spinning concentrated fire.
I mean, Star Cruiser's down to 3 hull, so
It is. It's been getting hammered, and I thought it was going to take a shot at this Gazanti and blow it up, but it didn't seem like it did that. Navigate command rolls 1. Yeah, no, it's definitely hitting it. So
this is the
He's down
first
to 3.
activation of the round as well. So
right,
that's why.
So he's trying to take it out.
So he's using his first player benefit to try and. So that's Star Cruiser.
Ooh, that's
yeah.
a roll. Ouch.
Ooh.
Accuracy and double
Thinking.
in 2 hits. Yeah, thinking. Hold on. Wait for it. Wait for it. Let's see.
I don't know what
So
else.
he's gonna block.
There we go. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
and
I
then the
was gonna
Star
say, there's
Cruiser's been
nothing you can do
removed.
at that point. Wow. All right. That was interesting. It
Is
was
the-
the double arc. So
And
So
the
like you
ISD got moved by accident by somebody. The ISD was
wow,
not
yeah,
over there.
It definitely got bumped.
Yeah.
TO. Yeah, it was right where that blue red line is, right above the. Well, I guess you can't hit undo.
Well, it was head to head with the Leia one.
Right, that's what I was
So,
saying. It's in
yeah.
front of the layup by that blue red line right there. but unfortunately, I don't think there's anything they can. They have to just place it back.
Well, they need to go back until. Which I should probably just mention it to them. There, your ISD is moved. Just because before they get too far ahead and they have to rewind.
Right. Well, that's the problem is they can't hit undo at this point because it's too far.
Well, they can. You just undo, and then delete,
I see.
and then just delete the MC80. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that doesn't matter. Wow, way to screw up the game. Look at that. You're making them undo the whole thing.
I do find though every once in a while if you've clicked on, like, say I've clicked on the like I'm the player, I've clicked on a ship and then the other person is doing something, every once in a while like a ship will just like move about like a foot.
Oh, okay.
Like a good like 8 inches across the table. And it just
Right.
and if you don't happen to notice it, which that's kind of out of their play area, they're kind of focusing on the top there.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, well, there it goes.
There we go. Yeah.
I think they just put it back. I don't think they undid
Because it probably would have gone off the table next round if they'd not noticed it. And let's
they
say
activated it. Called the TO. Missed opportunity for putting it back. So sorry.
Yeah.
Well, it seems. Yeah, I mean, it was only in the single arc, so it's not going to matter if he takes that shot.
Yeah.
That's probably where it was too. It looks pretty close.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they deleted that Liberty. So that's going to be. I mean, I don't think that assault frigate is going to be able to put in the amount of work to kill that interdictor. And then
no, because it's a flight controller frigate, so it's not.
Yeah, it's a carrier, and it's not Akbar or anything like that. So
that Ravager's probably going to come in after it kills Leia. Maybe kills out the side. The other one.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's got a good shot against the side, but
he's got a squadron token too, which he can always use Piet to. If Piet hasn't been used this turn, I'm not sure. Piet has not been exhausted.
It says that Piet was exhausted up at the top. I think he was used.
Oh, it would have been done, and then they just didn't redo it. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So he wouldn't be able to do his full squadron command, but still.
Right, because I think he popped it on the interdictor to bring all that the shields and health back.
Really interesting maneuver from the interdictor.
Yeah, moving in the block, but the assault frigate's going 1. Oh, he was trying to clear the rift. That's what it was. That's why you hooked to the squad bump. Yeah.
I don't know why you would care about clearing the rift, though.
No, I would have just stayed in. If you move speed 1, just move right in and bump it.
Yeah. Try to block that frigate in so that
exactly.
Yeah. Huh.
And then you block the frigate in, and then the ISD can kind of come around to finish it off. But yeah, at this point, it may be able to jump by.
It's a very unique list, so he's got a bigger plan. I don't know.
I mean, honestly, at this point, even if he doesn't kill the frigate, he probably can still take the win. Oh, did he just?
The flotilla suicided against the ISD.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah,
they didn't have to shoot him. Yeah,
right.
Well, guys, thanks for having me on. I'm going to pop off. There is another stream up now that I'm going to poke my head over into, and I'll probably
another ouch.
I'll probably poke my head back in and say hello to you guys.
Who's doing that one?
Too.
Sure.
That would be Jamie Naismith.
Oh, from down in Georgia. The Gigabyte stream. Yeah. Okay. He's probably having better luck with YouTube than I was with Twitch. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, I'll pop in and see.
Okay, man. Talk later.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
He's gone. We get bad mouth bigs now. Yeah.
Boy, that TO sucks.
Yeah. Man. Can't believe you didn't even make a call. What the hell?
Let's see.
What a terrible tournament. This is exhausting.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's interesting because it does allow you to play over the course of a week or so, but it's interesting to see how this tournament turns out, where it is just a normal 3-round in a 9 or 11 hour time period. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, it's a nice format just because it's a normal tournament. But,
yeah, I almost wish he just moved it. I understand, because of events in the world, 90% of the people are sitting at home.
Yeah, but still a Saturday tournament would have been a little bit better.
Yeah, Saturday, Sunday instead of the Friday, Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's I'm sure a few people. I mean, obviously I think they were assuming that most people had time off had taken the time off to go to Adepticon, but once it got canceled, people probably said, okay, well, I can't. And then obviously there's other things that may have popped up. So
yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, it's an interesting test on the format.
So I say do it as an Ironman tournament, 24-hour. Like, have you ever played slow pitch tournaments? Ironman?
I haven't. No,
yeah, where you do a 24-hour red eye tournament, they're called, or red eye tournament, where you just play for 24 hours. So you might play 8 games of slow pitch in 24 hours.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, I've done the, what is it? Oh, shoot. Totally forgot. I just blanked on the Extra Life. There it is. I've done the Extra Life stuff where it's 24 hours of gaming.
Oh, wow.
And you can just do any gaming you want. And it's kind of a charity thing. So,
okay.
So that's a 24-hour event. But it's any game. It doesn't matter what it is.
So we could do that for Vassal. That way, Europeans, Singaporeans, doesn't matter where you play in the world. At one point in time, it'll be a normal time for you.
I like too how it's been set for 9 a.m. on the Eastern Standard Time. The Australians are looking at it like, really, guys? You're really, because what is that? Like 11 o'clock at night for them to be able to play. So, it's like 11 o'clock at night, and then it's going to go for 11 hours.
Yeah.
So I hope you took a nap today.
Well, that's what I said. Just do it 24 hours, and it's equal for everybody.
There you go.
Yeah, 3-hour rounds with half-hour breaks. Strict timings.
I wonder if he's going to do. It looks like he's shooting at Bright Hope at the front, but the problem is it's Bright Hope. So
we're doing a terrible job of actually commentating the game we're watching. So
we really are. I mean, things blew up. You're watching what's going on, but
they're following it along at home.
At least I can see the dice this time. That's always nice. Problem is, we had Biggs in, and then he came in just to say, "Hey, you guys are watching the wrong game. You should check out this triple honor."
Oh, I know. Lose all interest in this game.
Biggs.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Thanks, great. There is no accuracy in that, so it does not matter. LTT. Let's see if he's got LTTs on this thing. He does not. He does, yeah. So he can re-roll it. And I think he's got leading shots too, so he can re-roll with the LTTs.
He's doing that right now. Yeah.
See if he can fish for that accuracy.
Oh, he gets a blank. They got an accuracy.
No, he got an accuracy.
Yeah, but
how did he
3 damage and an accuracy. Ba-boom.
No, it's Bright Hope though.
Oh, Bright Hope.
Yeah. So, but he rolled. How did he re-roll the blue die though? I thought LTTs was re-roll the red.
I know he cashed in the concentrated fire blue
for
the leading shots and LTT'd.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But he re-rolled the blues when he did the leading shots.
Let's see. Opponent may either reduce your speed by 1 or choose a new command for your command dial, then face down. So, it doesn't really matter too much because he's going speed 3, so he's probably just going to hook around and then try to go for that assault frigate.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like as always, Bright Hope is going to escape. Jerk.
It's like the worst title. I hate it because 9 times out of 10 I forget to even shoot it, or when I do shoot it, I forget that that's Bright Hope. It's
right. And I always shoot it, and then the opponent obviously sits there and waits for me, and then I say, "Oh, 1 damage." I'm like, and
then when I look at suppressor and vectored, I'm like, "Oh yeah, I wish."
Yeah, I know. Well, at least Leia's dead. That's really all that matters because Leia being able to change that dial. That's the most.
That's pretty. That's a little too soon, don't you think?
No, it's not.
At least Leia's dead. Spoilers for movie 8 or movie 9.
Spoiler alert. Hey, she died by ramming into the ISD. That's how she went. She's like in what was it, Rogue One, when Vader comes out of hyperspace.
I thought she just died from bad directing.
Bad directing. No, she died when that lady took the medal out of her hand, and then she fought for it, and then gave it to Chewie.
Yeah, gave it to Chewie. Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's why she ignored Chewie in the last movie and just walked right past him. That's why.
Total sense.
Yeah.
Total sense.
She's so pissed off because he has a medal that he didn't earn.
That's right.
Oh my god! I laugh when you read those kind of things. It's like, how come Chewie didn't get the medal? It's like, yeah, you're kind of right. He was there right from the beginning.
Yeah, he was there from the beginning, and then they fanboyed it and gave him the medal at the very end. Like, here, Chewie, you can have the medal. Well, at this point, it's a little late, right? Thanks, I guess.
Yeah, if anything, at least just do a recut in the original movie somehow and put him in there standing next to them with the medal.
Just superimpose a medal over him.
Yeah.
Kind of like the McClunky. It just kind of put it in there.
Yeah.
Here's a medal. That's it. Just say that.
I don't even understand Disney.
Yeah, I know. The McClunky thing was kind of funny. That I didn't even realize what it was.
What's funny
one
on
of my friends
Disney
told me
Plus for some of their more racist cartoons from like the 50s.
Oh, like Song of the South and all.
Well,
that
they don't
stuff?
have that one. That one they said will probably never see the light of the day.
That one's even too far. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one's
All right.
probably never going to see the light of day. But some of the other ones that were either like sexist or somewhat racist and maybe in their caricature of people, they've decided to, all they're doing is they have warnings.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Mrs. Doubtfire has a warning in front of it now?
Yeah, probably now. I the only thing I've watched on there has been like Gargoyles and the Mandalorian and the new Clone Wars,
And the Clone Wars. So
which have been pretty good actually. The new Clone Wars was pretty good.
Yeah, the Bad Batch was a good string of episodes.
Well, that and if you're a Legion player, you're like, yes, they're coming. They're coming for
I always
Legion.
laugh too if you play Legion and you watched the Mandalorian at the end. When they had that fight in the big square there, it was like, bring in the E-Web. And everybody who plays Legion is like, the E-Web. So they all knew what the E-Web was. I was like, you just dropped that in there, didn't you?
E-Web was actually in the... Well, I don't know if they ever called it that, but it was actually in the Empire Strikes Back, yeah.
Right. They had it in there, but I don't think they specifically stopped the music and somebody said, bring out the E-Web.
Yeah.
I think that was a little beyond.
Yeah, I read all the novels, so...
Let's see, So this guy looks like the assault frigate is taking the shot. No, it's a sniper. That's what he's doing. So Ebon Hawk, E-Wing is activating. Okay, so basically the squadrons are kind of shooting at each other at this point. Now the question, honestly, is what if he can kill that assault frigate, just because of the way he turned that interdictor. If he had turned it like you were saying to block it, then I think they could have pincered it between that and the ISD. But at this point, I feel like the interdictor is actually going to block the ISD from killing it. And then, because the ISD is going to turn.
They're definitely going to ram each other at some point.
Right. Because it's going to move. And I think he still says speed 3. So he did hook around, but then the next speed 3 will put him right next to it. But then he's moving speed 1. Hopefully he has a navigate dial queued up and he can kind of run a little bit. But that may be, it is, like you said, it's an interesting list. I don't know if it's been optimized. It's interesting how advanced transponder net, it was put in some reserve hangar bays. So it was interesting. It also looks like it was built to kind of deal with having Nita on the interdictor to kind of deal with some of the onagers. But I'm wondering if he ran into any of those.
Well, that's true. Yeah. Well, sorry, I'm yawning. I literally, as I went to respond, it was like yawn.
You're like, come on, round, be over. Where's Bill? We gotta get him in.
I need to sit back and listen to Bill and Dane in the next episode.
Exactly.
You guys talk and curse and whatever. And
I need to finish editing episode 3 of our Brooks interview.
Episode 3 now. I think you said you only had 2.
We have 2 episodes. We have the hey yay, we're all excited for episode 1, and then we have the oh man, we're all so sad about Worlds. That's episode 2. And then we interviewed Brooks, and so that's episode 3. So, of course, what we're just going to do is we're just going to edit the episodes and have them, but never release them, so that when we become big and famous, it'll be unreleased episodes of
the lost episodes. Yeah,
it was never the lost podcast that was never done. Exactly.
Well,
so I've got to.
How long are your episodes looking to be? What's your aim?
They're about an hour to an hour and a half, right around there.
Me personally, I like that range. I know, I've had some feedback where people are like, "Oh, I'd like shorter episodes," and I'm like, "That's what pause is for." To put out an episode. I mean, the editing of adding in all the bumpers and all the other stuff. I mean, it's an extra, an hour or so of work.
Right. It's
and you don't want to be putting them out too close to each other. So, if you have the content, I mean, I don't like trying to do the mega episodes anymore, 3 hours or something like that, unless you can break them down.
Right.
Into sections.
Those are a little long.
But it's 2 hours. I think 2 hours is good.
2 is good. The problem is we're running into this issue that episode 2 is going to be, there's the assault frigate starting to run. But episode 2 is an hour. It's 52 minutes. And then the Brooks interview, unedited, because I've just started to edit it, is 2 hours. And so the problem is if we splice them together, it'll be a 3-hour episode. I'm like, it's a little long. I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah. I put them in as a 3rd episode. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have, I'm working on the 3rd episode of the unreleased podcast. So There you go. Nice. Yeah, I know. Someday we'll release it.
I liked your logo that you showed me. The play on the Wi-Fi and stuff. Yeah.
Yep. It's got the accuracy logo within the 3 Wi-Fis that are, black, blue, and red. So
So the frigate just kind of stayed at speed 1.
Did it?
He was trying in the chat. He wanted to ram and he missed.
Oh, I missed it by that much.
Which I don't get why he'd want to ram, because he would have stayed in the same spot, which is even worse.
I would have run. I would have just jumped it. I mean, maybe he didn't have a nav. It was a squadron. Okay.
Yeah.
So
he didn't have the navs to pull up. So. No. I mean, unfortunately, with 3 dials and no Leia around, he might be stuck into nothing but squadrons for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I think what he's trying to do, he's trying to kill that interdictor. So he's probably thinking I can bump it, put 1 damage on it. But at this point, the interdictor's fully healed. And even though it doesn't have scramblers and it doesn't have some of the other stuff, I mean, it's still... I don't think he's going to be
the only good thing about staying in the same spot is he only would have been single arc from the interdictor. Whereas now he's double arc.
2 shots.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to take those 2 shots.
The long range shot from the ISD.
Right. Who he activates first, though, because he can activate the interdictor. He could put 2 shots on the side, but then he's got to move that interdictor and he'll probably block the ISD, or he can move the ISD, try to get a better shot. Let me see what round what are we in?
We're in round 3.
3. So he's got some time. I would probably...
We're an hour and a half into round 3, so...
Yeah, so I would probably swing the ISD around first, lack the double arc. Don't worry about the double arc on the interdictor, and that way I can put the ISD in a better position to kind of keep shooting this guy.
Well, JP versus Sam is over. There's only one person in the room now. I can't look at the game, but there's only one person in the room. A bunch of people are still watching Gink and Rasp's game. Okay. Truthy's still playing. And then there's a bunch of people in here watching with us. And then the other games are still ongoing, 6, 5, and 8.
So let me see. Theoretically, I think I can close that.
Actually, there might be another one. Game 1 is listed twice, so I'm not sure.
Oh, is it?
There's 2 people in Game 1, so if you look in there to see if...
oh, yeah, it is listed twice. So Game 1 has 2 players, and then JP and Sam has 1 player.
Yeah, if JP and Sam are in Game 1, though, that'll be their table. And JP and Sam just disappeared, so...
Oh. And never mind. Okay.
So if you look in the Game 1 things, who's in there?
This is a different one. This
is somebody else completely.
Yeah, completely different. Table...
you can check on Gink's game if you want to give me an update on Gink and Rasps.
Let's see who's...
So the flotillas here are going to be bumping, I think.
Right.
So they're going to be staying in the same places. I'm not sure. Did he activate them out of weird order? Of course, he's got to use some weird naming conventions. GCNF 9671.
Right. So the question is...
why did he activate? He must want a bump.
So I'd love to give you an update.
Yeah.
However, it's a mirror match. So there are both 75s. 175 has considerable amount of damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 9. And the other one has 1. So 175 is obviously in much better shape than the other one. The Indestructible is in much better shape than the other one. That makes perfect sense based on the name. So it looks like... both of them have already gone for the round. It looks like the MC75 that has 1 damage on it. Of that one, the MC30 has 1 health left, so it's about to die. The ammunition. And the cruiser CR90 is dead. Another CR90 is dead. Oh, and he just lost the MC30. So at this point, whoever's got the 75 Indestructible, and I don't remember from what Big said, whoever that is has lost everything but the 75, and the other player has everything except the 75 is almost dead. And then the rest of the stuff is just kind of picked away a little bit. Some damage here and there.
Interesting.
So, yeah. So it looks
I wouldn't want to stream a mirror match anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially Rebels. Nobody cares about Rebels.
Exactly. I'm glad they're killing each other.
Table 3, table 7, table 6, table 5.
How's Truthiness doing?
I'm looking. Where is he? Ebon. Oh, I got to expand it a little.
I think it's table 3.
There it is. Yeah, table 3.
He's probably running Rebels. Probably a Star Cruiser.
Yeah, he's running what he's been calling the Onager Killer. The question is whether he actually faces an onager. So he has his 75 is 4 damage out of 8. So that's not too bad. 2 damage on his MC30. His Pelta has 1 damage, and oh no, it's dead. Never mind. Pelta's dead, and the rest of it is alive. So that's not too bad. He's facing off against what looks like, well, if it's an onager killer, it was effective because it did kill the onager. And then there's but Mahdi is on the looks like the Kuat. Yep, Mahdi's on the Kuat, which is still alive at full health, and the Kuat, they're done. There's no way they're going to finish that. Looks like the 75 probably. From the looks of it, the 75 and the 30 both pincered the onager in the corner, and it probably went speed 0. So they pincered it in the corner and killed it. And then the looks like the ISD, the Kuat is in the back, so the Kuat survived. So it was effective. I mean, he definitely won this just because the onager is dead. Everything else is still alive, but the onager is dead. So he did his job. That's what he was looking for, killing the onager.
Yep.
So that's not too bad. I can't see game 1. I don't know where that was.
I'm very
happening.
confused right now. Okay, there we go. There we go. Why would he take a token and not use the concentrate fire? I don't know.
All right, so let's see.
Sorry, the flotilla is activated. He's got Tycho in black range. He revealed a concentrate fire dial, and he's like, "Oh, I don't know what to do with it," so he took it as a token. And then he just rolled a blank. Really? And then he just rolled a blank with the black. And I'm like, you could have thrown 2 blacks at Tycho. Now, admittedly,
but it wouldn't have mattered.
He's going to scatter it. But then when your 2 tire bombers shoot it and your other flotilla shoots it, you might have overwhelmed the scatter.
That's true.
I don't know. He kept the token. I don't know if that's a Comnet. Probably that's why it's called CNF.
Maybe.
Comnet flotilla.
Because one of them has bomber command, but that is.
Maybe if he gets
tell which one. They both have 2 damage on them. I can't tell which one.
Yeah, his naming convention is not helpful.
I think, well, if the concentrate fire one is the one next to Tycho, then that's the one that has Comsnet, because that's the one that has the concentrate fire dial. And then the other one pulled a squadron, and that's the bomber command. So it looks like the bomber command one is moving in to probably ram or shoot the Bright Hope, which Bright Hope has 1 damage on it.
Yeah. Well, I guess he can use the CF next turn. We'll see.
I guess so.
Or you can pass that off to the ISD2 or something like that when he Comsnets it.
Right. Which isn't too bad. Well, the ISD has
Squadron token on it right now.
It's gone. Yep. Yeah, revealed a concentrate fire. So the question is just, can he swing around and get this? The problem too.
I mean, there's a lot of time left in the game. I'm not sure about time in the round. We're an hour 37 in, but you're probably at about 10 minutes onto it by the time we started recording.
Right.
So, I mean, they still got over an hour, and they got half the game left. I'm hoping we can call it and maybe move on to something else, but or take a break.
Because you're about to fall asleep, so that's.
Oh no, not even that. Just I could use a break. I haven't eaten today. I've got water beside me, but that's all I've had today so far. Into what time? I woke up at 7. Basically stumbled out here by 7:30 my time. It's 1:40 now. So I've been 6-7 hours of talking with just water, no food.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I took a break and had some steak between.
So I was trying to fiddle around.
Right.
Let's see if.
You deleted that one, so that one died.
73% uploaded the first round.
Okay.
So by the time this ends,
it'll probably be.
It'll be uploaded.
You can start uploading this one. So.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, honestly, it's not a live stream, but it is. That's pretty close.
It's same day. Most people weren't going to watch in the morning anyways, so.
No, you're a couple hours behind, so that's all right.
Content's content.
Right, there you go. Ebon Hawk clears all dice. Right, so looks like he was able to delete another one. The question, I mean, that is a problem with Tycho because you've got 2 bombers on either side of it. And so you're just throwing that 1 blue die or 1 black die against it. But I don't know.
And then you're getting counter 2'd back every time.
That's true. Only Tycho is left. Yeah. No, they still have Shara. Yeah.
I think for activating. I think that's what they're referring to.
Okay.
Because he's been like, that's one good thing the frigate has been doing is he's been getting his whatever 3 or 4 activations off with flight controllers, and those E-wings did some serious work. I mean, the Imperial player's down to 3 TIE bombers, and they're all 3 damaged.
And that's after using both reserve hangars too. So he basically got killed 6 TIE fighters, and because the 4 normal and then the 2 with the reserve hangars. So he was clearing through them. So let's see what he's going to pull now. So I'm interested to see if he activates the interdictor.
So we just moved to round 4. So we're just at the start of round 4, and they're in dials.
Yep. Let's see if he takes that double arc or if he activates the ISD. Because if he activates that interdictor,
I don't know. It's hello. I heard you cut out.
Yep.
Are you there? Oh.
I'm here. No, I'm here.
The ISD is only going to have a long range shot. 4 reds obstructed, so you're down to 3 reds. And then the frigate will move. I mean, odds are the frigate will still actually be in the same spot, unless he's got like late game navs keyed up, or not even late game round 4 navs keyed up.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If the interdictor pulls a nav, then he can hook it kind of away, kind of parallel himself,
or just slow to speed 1
between the rock,
or just slow to speed 1,
or slow to speed 1.
He's got enough hull that he's not worried about it yet.
Right. True.
So I would go with the interdictor first, depending on, of course, what he has dialed up and for commands. But if he's got either a nav or concentrate fire or repair, I'd still go with it first.
And the E-wings roll. That's the other thing too. The E-wings are a bomber that roll a red die. So he's probably, because he's only got that bomber sitting right there, and then he can activate the assault frigate, kill that bomber, and then start picking away at the interdictor. I doubt he'll kill it, but I don't know. He might. I mean,
he only has to put straight up 9 hull into it. Between
no shields.
If he can erase these last few remaining squadrons, I mean, Tycho throws a black as well. So does Shara.
A repair dial. So,
okay, well that's
yeah.
Okay.
So repair. So he's grabbing a couple shields from it, and then probably going to move. So is it 5? So he's probably going to bring the 2 in the rear up, and then he's going to move 1 to the side from the front.
Yeah.
Take the double shot. So, okay.
Yeah.
We'll see.
That's a good call, I think.
Yep.
And then he's speed 2, so actually his best bet would probably be to ram the ISD, not block it, and then so that the ISD can still hook around.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I think he would hook it over to the left and then allow it to kind of either, like you said, ram, or if he can take that turn, well, probably not at speed 2. He's going to ram it. But if he can hook it around, then the ISD can kind of hook around it to come up behind the assault frigate, because he's still first player.
Well, that, and also if he rams, he backs up to speed 1, and he might still be in double arc or at least range to throw blues at the frigate, because the frigate, if it doesn't speed up and doesn't get behind the dust cloud, it's only moving speed 1. So
right, and it's probably queued up squadrons just to activate those bombers. So it might just be going 1-1-1 as it goes forward. So it did get, was it a couple damage on the side? Used the brace or the redirect.
Yeah,
and then he got an accuracy 3 hits
to block the brace. Oh, he's got 2 braces though.
He does. Yeah, he has agate on there. So 3 with a crit. So 2 damage to the side. So he put a little bit of damage, not a lot.
I think the Imperial player forgot because he would act the brace 3 with crit. He's like Ebon Hawk's like other brace, and then Xander's like derp.
Yeah, you don't expect the assault frigates to have 2 braces on. Yeah, so it's understandable.
Yeah, but I mean, what else is he going to use the accuracy for? The redirect's gone.
Well,
yeah,
and here's the thing: it did allow, it forced him to burn the redirect, so that was something. He did burn it away.
Yeah,
seemed like a misplay, but actually, I don't know.
It worked out the same.
So yeah, I think his best bet, like you said, is to turn to the left and just kind of ram the ISD.
Why did he only shoot once?
No, he shot twice. He shot twice. It was 2 damage from the rear at his side, and then he shot the 3 in an accuracy.
Okay, I missed that. Okay.
Yep. Yep. So let's see if he turns and rams.
Has the frigate taken any hull damage? Just want to make sure that
it does not look like it.
Okay, so
no.
I just I'm always worried that they're not accurately updating the ships themselves.
Oh, right. Well, that's the other thing too. It only has 6 hulls, so once you start ramming the thing, No, he
went for the block. Although speed 3, you might be able to jump it With a nav
might.
command. With a nav command, he can definitely
With a
jump
nav
it.
command.
With a no nav command, well, if a no nav command, he's starting to run out of room.
Well, at this point, yeah, exactly. At this point, I hope he just queued up nav commands because he knew he was kind of flying into
And not being engaged, so he doesn't need repair.
Right,
Yeah.
right, exactly. So I hope he queued him up. But now
So-
we get to see what the assault frigate.
Wedge revealed a squadron command, and he's got, I think that's boosted. Does he have boosted on Wedge? Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong pile here. Wedge has just Bright Hope.
Yeah.
So he's got just Core and Horn.
activating- Right. He'll be activating Corn, but I mean, Corn's got snipe on him, so
Yeah, I might be able to finish off the TIE Bomber. And it does.
no,
Oh,
he
nope,
has
it's 3,
one.
sorry.
Yeah, he's got 1 health left. Again, those 1. Oh, that's right. It's 5 normally, so down to 1. So did not kill it, but he can also move with it
Yeah,
because the bomber's
you
not.
bring it over to the TIE Fighter, lock up the TIE Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Or, yeah.
Yeah, because doesn't Corn have? Well, he's probably going to try to finish off. There he goes, finished off the tie right there with the shot.
Okay. Yeah.
So he did anti-squad and killed it. Yeah, but Cornhorn, doesn't he have snipe and he's rogue? Yeah, snipe,
Yeah.
Corn, he's rogue. So, don't move, don't bump over that gravity rift. He's going speed 1.
He's kind of going the only way he can go. I would go the other way and tuck in, but I don't know. You're facing probably concentrate fires from the Gazantes to try and overwhelm your scatters.
Yeah, if he ends up in the double arc of it,
He needs to get out of the way though, because otherwise he'll just get bumped.
right? Because it's got, and this is Bright Hope, so it does have 1 damage on
Actually, no. The he's got 2 hull left, but the Gazanti only has 1 hull left. So I'd actually try and stay in front of him and kill the
He
Gazanti.
does have 1 hole left. Look at that.
And kill the Gazanti, maybe. Because
I think
rely on your
Mike
scatter, and
Yeah.
I'd rely on the
Well,
scatter.
Yeah, just move forward 1
Because he's got shields.
No yaw.
Yeah, he's got shields, yeah.
First of all, yeah. Let's see. Dial was in range of the rift.
So he's getting his
so
free
he was in
move,
range.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
think that was
he never would have been able to block him then, yeah.
No, because I think that was the problem. If he moved forward 1, he would have gotten that
And then straight into the rift,
into the
yeah.
rift. Yeah. Well, no, he's second player, so he can do a yaw 1. He can change it
Mm-hmm.
to 1.
Oh, what's going on here?
I don't know. Your speed is 0. Why is the speed 0?
I think they're just going to remeasure the range for... your speed is 0.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. I assume when measuring.
Non-attacker doesn't need to measure from the closest point in the first second opponent. Dials never mean. I can answer this because they're asking a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Never mean. They're agreeing with it. They've made up their own rule. It's only like you can measure from the plastic holding the dials, but not the dials themselves.
So they're saying they're calling it a bump. Is that what's happening here? Bump,
No, I
yeah.
think
So that
yeah.
they're saying when they moved.
Oh, there's a
Just
bump.
moved
Oh, then that's fine. Yeah, the dials don't matter here. But I thought they were doing
They're
about
saying the corner.
yeah.
Don't know. Oh, you better. Let's see. Is there a way to zoom in? Say,
Oh yeah, you can totally zoom in.
Zoom
Boop,
in.
boop,
There we
boop.
go. Zoom
Yeah, they're
in.
overlapped. I just went into 200%,
yeah.
and they're overlapped.
Yeah. So yeah, so that'll bump and kill the Gazanti though.
It will kill the Gazanti. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want an outside opinion?
I mean, there's only 5 people watching
Yeah.
this game.
Do you? Oh, they're there. They just asked us. Yeah, it's a bump.
Yeah. 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 So that'll kill the Gazanti. That'll put 1 damage on Bright Hope.
Undo.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, bounces back and then kills Gazanti. Now the question too, what does the rear arc of that guy have? On the ISD, is it 2 blue and a red? I don't think they're in blue range.
I'm not sure what they're doing though. If they're just letting them redo the move, or
No, he's taking it. He took the damage.
oh, because he bumps, he
probably
backs up.
deletes,
Yeah,
'cause he
and
had to
now,
back up.
yeah, and now,
And now the question is he in range of the rift? And if he's in range of the rift, then he's going to move. But I don't think they measured that. So change to 0, change. Yeah. So let's see if he's in range of the rift. I don't think he is. So he'll probably just stay where he is. And then the question is whether the ISD has blue range on the side of that Bright Hope, because he does have to get the additional damage because it is Bright Hope, like we said.
It's only a rear shot, though. He's only going to get two blues,
2 blue and a red.
Red, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And he's still got the scatter, so you're not even if you get,
right.
It's odds are you're not getting
Zanti,
the perfect death roll.
Concentrate fire, so he's gonna do what you told him to do last time, using the concentrate fire dial. So he's gonna shoot at Tycho.
And I bet he uses the nav token to speed up and get the hell away.
Probably.
Although, to be honest, in that situation, I would have dialed up the squadron token. Because you have 2 squadrons right there.
Activate those. Yeah.
Because Tycho can always run away. It's not like you're holding them there.
Yeah, because he'll exhausted the scatter. And then the question's going to be...
Because you would have shot at him, and 2 blacks. 2 single blacks.
Yeah, but he has double arcs.
Yeah.
So he exhausted the scatter. He hit him with 1. So now 1 hit, and he's down to 2. So he's going to be down to 1.
But if he'd had the squadron commands as well, although I guess if they live during the squadron phase, they can shoot it. But.
Well, I mean, you can also just activate, because again, he doesn't have, does he?
Imperial player is first player, so he'll be able to activate those 2 first.
That's what I'm saying.
The squadron
but the other
phase.
the other one does have boosted combat.
Yeah.
So if the assault frigate did activate and did squadrons, he might be able to move Tycho away. Maybe. If he's in range.
I think that's outside of range.
Let's see. Well, he's definitely... So the ISD is going to go, and then we'll see what happens with the assault frigate. Yeah, because right now he's definitely up on the points.
So he must have used the nav token to speed up to speed 2 or speed 3. Oh, that's the extra maneuver. So
he was at 3. He was at 3. He did a concentrate fire, I thought. Yeah, he did a concentrate fire.
Okay.
So that's why he shot the 2 black dice at Tycho, and then he was already at speed 3, so he just moved.
Okay.
And then Agate is going to reveal a squadron, so I'm sure in a second they're going to measure the squadron range, see if they can pull Tycho out of there. Nope, not in range.
Yeah, I thought it was just out.
Right. Now, the problem is that, I mean, they could throw these other squadrons in and try to kill some of those bombers.
Well, I think he should, because otherwise he possibly could lose Tycho.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they're all health 5, so I mean, they could throw those in, just kill one of them, because I believe Tycho.
I would activate Shara, finish off the 1 TIE bomber, then throw her in there too, into those 2 TIE bombers.
Right.
And then use all my E-wings into the TIE interdictor, he's doing the E-wings into the TIE interdictor now.
Right. Yeah, he's going to throw them in there, and
you got a double right off the bat.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
He does still have a brace.
Good rolling. Get good. That's how you win. It's about rolling.
Always hit and miss without BCC. Yeah, I know. Where is the BCC died? Or no, that is...
He did bring it. Imperial player doesn't even have one.
Oh, it's on the other side.
Or Rebel player doesn't have one, yeah.
Yeah, it's on the Imperial side, has BCC.
Mm-hmm.
Bomber Command Center. There you go. How about that? See that? All those acronyms.
I'm terrible for that. And that's just from 20 years in the military.
Yeah. All those BCCs, the Bomber Command.
And then when I switched to intelligence, it was even worse, because then everything's acronyms. Like, oh my God. Between acronyms and classified terms and everything else, it's like, no, you could literally have a conversation in the middle of a crowded room and no one would understand what you're talking about.
Right. Yeah, I have a buddy that works for a security firm, and he does the same thing. Says talking about stuff. It's just all acronyms. I mean, just all acronyms. Even the company name is. So it's ridiculous. But
half the time, I think they just kind of force the acronyms to make them sound cool. Like they'll make it so that it's like, we got to work on the dog. It's like the Department of something stupid. Like it's just so that they can have a cool acronym.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, whatever. Don't knock it. It sounds cool. It's fine.
Oh, hey, how's your RPG doing?
Oh, not too bad. No, we just finished up a campaign with it. is the company in Realms of the Ancients. So we actually have it on Drive Through RPG right now.
Okay.
And it's been, I mean, we actually do some sales every month that people out there are buying it.
Sweet.
And we've got the core book and everything. And we're working on a couple of expansions right now for it. So we've been, we actually are playing a D&D 5th ed right now. We switched over back from ROTA over to D&D 5th ed to try that out. And then we're going to switch back probably in the summertime back to an ROTA campaign.
I wish I could play some Dungeons and Dragons. I haven't played it.
It's fun. I haven't played Dungeons and Dragons in forever. So
yeah, me too.
It's weird. I'm playing an artificer, and it's a group of Jeff Hensey. I think you know him and from Armada when he used to play, and he's in the group too. And he was telling me the other day that it's the hardest class to play, and I haven't played D&D in forever, and so I'm struggling through it. So I was like,
I've bought all I've bought all the 5th edition stuff. I'm not sure if I like it better. I really liked. I mean, I loved AD&D 2nd edition. 3rd edition, I feel like fleshed out a lot of the stuff that the DM used to just make up.
Right. Yeah.
And then
was good.
4th was garbage.
Well, 3.5 was pretty good because that was the other thing. It was 3, 3.5, and then 4 was just weird. We tried it for a while, but everything out of power. It was just kind of
it was very much World of Warcrafty. Like, oh, everything's got magic.
Right.
And then 5th edition. I've read through it. I don't understand some of the stuff without having someone to help guide me or whatever. But I don't like a lot of the classes that aren't like traditional classes. I don't mind like specialist classes and stuff like that, but like artificer, like what the hell? You're gonna make stuff? Ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah, it's interesting because the artificer has like a bombard ability, like a subclass. It has a class that is doing.
Oh, he's screwed.
Building stuff. I don't know why he's turning that way. I don't know where he's going. He's trying to use the gravity rift, I think, he's trying to hook it far enough where when the ISD comes around, we'll be able to get a shot at him. But
he's going to outturn the ISD, I guess. But he's going to speed 0. And if he doesn't have navs peeled up, he's staying speed 0.
Right. Exactly. So I'm expecting this ISD to hook it around. Let's see what he reveals a nav. Yeah. So he revealed a nav command. So he's going to be able to jump over the interdictor, get around. He can activate first, so he can jump forward again.
Yeah. And he'll be right on his ass.
I'd let the assault frigate land on the rift.
Go to speed 0. Yeah.
And then go to speed 0, and then you can activate the ISD the next round. But that's
we're in round 4. Yeah, we're in round 4. It's getting close.
6. Oh, maybe not. maybe that's a round 7 play. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But the artificer's not too bad. And for anybody that's like confused by it, so me, D&D Beyond is pretty good. And so with D&D Beyond, like Jeff has an account that we all can access it through his campaign.
So you get all the extra stuff.
It's all built in too. So when you upgrade your guy, you just say, oh, okay, I'm leveling up. And then when you level up, it populates everything you're supposed to upgrade and change and all that. And it does all the calculations and everything like that. And we're using Roll20 right now because obviously we're not getting together in person. So with Roll20, you can link Roll20 and D&D Beyond. So in Beyond, you can say, okay, I'm shooting a firebolt or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. When you click on the little 20-sided die icon, you click on that, and it automatically rolls it and adds all your modifiers and puts it into the chat for Roll20.
Oh, wow.
So, it does all of that. So it definitely is a little bit easier to use. But it's still like the concept of the character is what I'm struggling with, like what I want to pick for spells and all that stuff. So it's interesting. I enjoy it, but I'm a little more used to ROTA, and ROTA, the way we built it is that there are races, classes, or I guess species is what we call it, species, and then classes, and then we have transformations. So you could be a human and you could be a fighter, but then you also might be a vampire, which is your transformation.
Oh, okay.
So it adds kind of an extra level, but your transformation is kind of what you play up. And so your class is simply like a fighter, a rogue, or a mage. And so it just adds an abilities and an ability to access things. But then your transformation is really what you play up. So we've got werebeast, we've got vampire, we've got all kinds of different stuff. So it's a bit different, but it adds an extra layer. But the layer adds a lot of role playability to it.
Huh.
So we've gotten a lot of positive feedback from first our play testers, because we spent a lot of years building it and play testing it, and then people that have bought it. That have played it have reached out to us, and they seem to love it. So we're working on some more expansions. So but it's a passion project. So it kind of as we get time to work on stuff, we work on it when we can, and when we release things, we get to that point where okay, we're done with it. tweak it a little bit, and then we just kind of release it and put it up there into the drive-through RPG system. So it's not too bad.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it's been fun. And then, so let's see what we got here. So it looks like he's taken a long-range shot as what? Just a 2 red? Beautifully accurate blank. So that was great. Oh, good. He re-rolled it.
He rolled it into another blank. Yeah.
So
he does a not impressed face in the window. Yeah. in the chat.
Right. That was a beautifully accurate.
Not a happy face. Not a happy face. It's the unimpressed face.
Let's see. Wait, what? Dial speed down to 2. What's he doing? What? I don't know if he's gonna. Okay.
Oh, then he's not gonna make it.
All right.
I would have at least started measuring before declaring. I think maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. He's using it anyways. Okay, there he goes.
He's using it anyway. Yeah. So I don't think he's gonna make it on a 2. So I actually no. I scratched it. He's definitely not gonna make it on a 2.
Yeah. No, he doesn't have the ticks. He has to go 3, use tick, 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 and he'll clear it.
Let's see if he figures that when he moves it, and then kind of hook it around. Now the question, like, round 4, so he moves there, and then he goes round 5, and he moves again.
Yeah, he might be just not being able to chase it down.
Yeah.
But then I'm not seeing the frigate doing anything either, because the interdictor could get chewed up.
I mean, that's the goal, obviously. He's going to try to use...
But speed 2 interdictor, there's not much table left either.
There isn't. And I'm sure he has repairs queued up, so I wonder...
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think
he can't do that. He can't do that, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Judge.
Yeah, Judge, you cannot do that.
Biggs ran away on us.
You can never use anyone who's watching, you can never use your maneuver tool to... unless he's just
man, he's doing it again. Well, he might just be calling it at this point. He might just be saying...
Yeah, and just being like, if I'm going to go off the board, I'm going to die anyway, so we'll call it.
Right. Because honestly, if he has... I see what he's trying to do. That's not going to work. He's trying to see if he can move his ISD in to block the interdictor from falling off the board, but... I
think he's... this game might be getting called in about 2 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. Well, because that's the thing. If the ISD is going to fly away and can't make it to... interdictor's flying off.
Yeah, and you don't think you can get your ISD on target again.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be a small, maybe even a medium base ship, but definitely a small ship. Like a Ganti can kind of do that, where it can fly in front of it and block it. But yeah, let's see. So he's just going to take the normal...
That's too many ticks.
Is that 2 clicks? Yeah, 2 clicks at 1. I think it's got to be 111.
But, yeah.
Dang, it really needed that comms net Gazanti to live. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Well, it doesn't even matter. They were nowhere as close to anything. He needed a Hondo.
Because what happened was the Gazanti was where that Bright Hope is, and if he had let it live, he would have range 5, and they would have given it a navigate and could have slowed to 1.
So my call ruined the game.
Yeah. What's that?
My call of it was an overlap ruined the game.
Yeah, it was your fault. Yeah, exactly. Way to go. Oh, he's locking it in an illegal move. Awesome. Sounds good. Okay.
This is so frustrating. Double click at 3. Yeah, he's Ebon Hawk's calling him on it. Oh, you typed it in. Outside, you're banned. You're gonna get a warning from FFG.
Well, I mean, what are you gonna do, man? Yeah, I see. Oh, he sees. Yeah, on 1. There he goes. He's back up.
I guess that's one way to get your arc on target. Yeah,
exactly. I didn't think about that. I was like, if you do a double click, that would have totally put him in range.
Hey, it's fast. You could actually do quadruple click.
Oh, perfect.
There's no restriction in the maneuver tool, so you could actually do like a quad tick and move it all the way over.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah. People forget about that all the time. You always think it's like, I can do double click because I have a nav command, and then you're like, oh wait, speed 3, it sucks.
Right, exactly.
But I'm thinking that interdictor might be off board. Yeah. But I think it was going to die to the E-Wings anyways. They were going to chase it down.
What does he have? 3 on it? Well, I mean, he wouldn't. I don't think he would have died
because he's out of arc right now, like from the ISD, the frigate,
right,
and the dust field too. Like dust field prevents anything from getting in there.
Yeah, the dust field is going to block the shot. But if he had the space to move,
You know what?
if he was going speed,
Even when the frigate moves up and goes to speed 0, it won't matter because the dust field will block that ISD.
oh yeah, you're right.
No matter
if
what.
he hooks it around.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the time he hooks it around, so yep,
He needs
that is correct.
He just needs round 7. He would have.
He needs round 7.
He needs a round 7 and a nav command on the interdictor right now.
He needs a lot of stuff, and he needs to double click more times on that ruler to be able to hook it around. So there are multiple different.
I actually thought he kind of had the game in the bag at the beginning, just with the way he's aggressive. But when he didn't block with the interdictor, the frigate from letting.
Yeah, I think that's where. I mean, he's still gonna win this because he killed the Liberty. But I think points wise, if he had blocked the assault frigate, he could have killed it.
I don't know. He would have. There's a lot of points in squadrons.
Well, but it didn't matter because if he blocked the.
No, I mean like between the Liberty. He's lost the Liberty, and the other guy's lost flotillas.
Whatever.
And he's going to lose the interdictor, which has the Admiral.
Did he lose? So he lost 4 ties. Oh, yeah, you're right. He's going to lose the interdictor. Yep.
And those squadrons will be and those squadrons will get cleaned up.
Ooh, oh boy, that got real close all of a sudden. Yep. Well, I'm sure somebody out there is doing the math, but I have not. So
we'll see
what happens here. Yeah. So let's see. TIE Bomber's activated. So it looks like he's going to try to finish Psycho. He does.
We'll let them do the math in the chat window. We'll just wait till the game ends.
How it works. Yeah. That's always how it works. Like somebody do the math. I don't know. I usually play when I play Jason. He's always doing the math in his head as he's killing stuff.
Ugh.
So whenever I go, oh man, I don't know, maybe 7-5 or 7-4. So you may want. I'm like, okay, Jason, you're right. What was I thinking? I'm sorry.
I can kind of ballpark it. Like,
no, he's got it exact.
Oh, wow.
He has it exact. That's why with the podcast, there's me who kind of does the bigger stuff, the overarching stuff, talking about things, and then he's the numbers guy. Mm-hmm. So he focuses on the numbers. And like one of the episodes we talked about the chart that they did or the Excel spreadsheet that they did, and we definitely had to limit ourselves to 2 items each that we wanted to talk about because we did one like a test episode where we just kind of talked about it, and I think we literally went through every single item. So we said, well, that's going to bore people, so let's not do that.
You kind of and that's where all that preparation comes in too. Like when you're doing, like for instance, for the FAQ, I just went through and picked out the stuff that's pertinent. I didn't care about if it's just like somebody asking a question that's just like a total noob question. That's whatever. That's what they can read the FAQ themselves.
Right. Well, I will tell you. Here's a bit of a tidbit. We did ask Brooks a number of things about the FAQ, and there was a couple of like with Commander Beck that we did ask him, and he went into more detail about explaining the ruling behind Commander Beck.
I don't even understand why they changed him. He made sense before.
He made perfect sense. Exactly. That was probably our problem.
And he wasn't broken because I'm still never taking him.
No, yeah, it wasn't broken.
It's not like it's like, oh, by the way, Brunson doesn't work the way it's supposed to, like everybody thought it was. Like that would be like, oh, wow. Oh, here's a card that nobody will use. And we're going to make half a page FAQ about it.
It's like, this is the worst part right here. He's doing what I always do. Oh, that pains me. He's shooting Bright Hope in the front. He's got a double heart.
He has no choice out the side, but then he actually concentrated fire into the front. Yeah. Whoops. Right. Should have saved that concentrated fire for the front.
So it's like, oh, I did the accuracy to block. I actually got 2 accuracy, so it didn't matter. Yeah. But if he had gotten an accuracy hit, it would have eliminated that hit, and then that one's going to disappear because of Bright Hope.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Like you cannot do anything about it.
Yeah, that's always frustrating. But yeah, no, your point about Beck. I mean, it clarified it into being more. It was more difficult to understand after the clarification. So I'm not sure. I know Karnak definitely went into multiple rants about it. I'm going to call it a rant.
It was a rant. You could see the anger in some of his conversation.
I saw him talk about it in his channel. I saw Krabok on his channel had Karnak on to talk about it. So there was multiple times. And I think we mentioned it as well to Brooks that we said, it's driven Karnak into the corner. So he's now.
I could actually just pull up my. I don't remember even what I wrote down about it. I have my notes though. So
is he ramming him? Don't ram him. What do you do?
He'll die.
I don't know.
No, he's not ramming.
He'll have the. He's getting mighty close.
You slow down his speed too. with the nav token. We'll see.
Okay. I don't know.
Effective speed 2. Oh, because he started his maneuver within the rift.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, by the rift.
There we go. Where's my episodes? Episode 23. My document. FAQ. Let me just want to see about. Did I write it even back? So this is my comment about Beck. I honestly don't know why they wrote anything. I think the confusion was with the timing of receiving the raid token. Technically, you're resolving the commands first, then getting the raid, and you can't resolve the same command twice, so there is no impact.
Well, his theory, or what Brooks said, was that because Karnak, I guess, said that like you could do both, and it's confusing and stuff. But when Brooks talked about it, he said that you have to choose one or the other, so you can't do them repetitively. And so, like, I'll let him explain it because, like I said, I'm editing that episode right now, and so I'll put that out there probably in a week or so. And so it gives a little bit of clarification, but you know, when Brooks went through it, I mean, we definitely asked, okay, why was this done? Because it didn't really clarify anything. So there was a number of items that we discussed of the FAQ, and that was definitely one of them. It was a little confusing after the fact, which is never what you want. You don't want the FAQ to make it more confusing.
Yeah, I got like 2 pages of notes for the FAQ. Most of them is just little comments and stuff like that. Nothing crazy. And I also don't know why they had to even mention anything about Yavaris. Didn't make, whatever. Yeah,
no, it didn't. So it looks like he is going to hit the rift. It says no shot. Your speed is 0. Rift will drag you in. Yeah, I mean, there's no way he can get out of the rift. So
not unless he's got you need a nav and a nav token.
Oh, you need a nav and a nav token.
Because when you speed up to speed 1, your effective speed is still speed 0.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So you need to literally spend a nav and a nav token the exact same time. Then you can jump out of it but then you probably land on it again. Like it's really like if you touch it, like unless you're just cutting a corner of it, you're probably screwed because you'll keep on landing on it again and again and again.
Right, and I guess it was probably like the SSD that they didn't want to say if you land on it, you're just destroyed. So that would have been probably worse.
Yeah, Well, that and like. It'd be nothing but interdictors. Oh, you'd love that. I'm going to run my triple interdictors, and I'm just moving this rift right in front of your SSD, and game. Exactly. We'll call game in 20 seconds.
Hey, I mean, the same thing happens with surprise attack. It's like, I'm going to place these obstacles, place your ship. So there you go. I win.
Yeah.
So, you always have to look at those things.
Yeah, surprise attack was so good, and then the honor came.
Exactly. That's true.
Although Corvus is the ultimate defeater of surprise attack, so
yeah, I do love that onager though. I've played it a number of times with the double onager list that I have, and I like the ship. I enjoy it. Just the breaking of this extreme range, and it's not an auto win. Like when I play it, definitely requires a lot of thinking and stuff. Yeah, it is a glass cannon, but that's usually what I end up playing in different games. So I enjoy it. I like how he's taking the shots. It is speed 0. So
what I like about it is it not only just shifts the meta, it shifts the paradigm of how the game is even played, because there's no more, okay, I pile myself into a corner, speed 1 to victory, building up tokens, we start engaging on turn 3, and then it's just a slugfest, because that's kind of how the Rebels played, and some Imperialists played. Now it's like, well, guess what? I'm shooting you turn 1, with something.
Right.
And possibly one-shotting something off the table, or...
Possibly, yeah. And that's the thing, though. The Empire's always been the side of it, and the Rebels have always been the more defensive side. And so if you're moving in with a Yavaris or something like that, then at least now I can shoot at extreme range and pick apart that Yavaris.
Pick apart all those cheap activations the Rebels have,
Right.
There's off the board. So the interdictor's off the board.
Yep, interdictor's off the board. So it looks like, I mean, they probably can call it at this point. I
don't think anything will be engaged because turn 6, he might get a.
He's gonna snipe that bomber. That's probably the only thing he can move the
Well, the IC hasn't gone, so if he's got another nav command, if he can get past the dust cloud for the beginning in turn 6,
he can't. Nah,
I don't think he can either.
Yeah. So let's see. Wedge reveals a squadron, so he can activate him. Yeah, because I would throw just that one. Throw it up there, see if he can snipe at the bomber. And they go, what, speed? Speed 4? Yeah?
He's not doing anything.
Oh, okay. That's another option. Maybe, no, I don't know.
He kept the token.
Okay. Okay.
He must think that there's going to be another round.
He
doesn't realize he's winning.
Little does he know. Well, that's the question of, because let's see, he's killed those squadrons. He's killed the interdictor is, let's see, I think I've got it down here somewhere. The interdictor is 118 points, and the squadrons come to 68 minus the bomber, so 60 points, right? The bomber's 8 points.
Okay.
So 60 points plus, so is that 178?
Mm-hmm.
And then let's see, 178, and that's Xander. Ebon Hawk has lost the 136 for the Star Cruiser, and I think we forgot to count a transport also. Was that 27 for the transport? So this is why I don't do the math, by the way. This is you're seeing it right
You're
here.
kicking your shoes off as we speak, aren't you?
Like, I don't know.
I need more fingers and toes.
Numbers 27. So it's like 203.
Square root.
Say.
Yeah.
Square root of 5. Carry the 1. Shoot.
Capacitor failure. Where is that at? He flipped
hold on.
He flipped it face up and face down. I don't remember what capacitor failure does though.
I think that was the shields one, isn't it?
Might be, yeah.
Where you get
But
to like,
he got 2 crits on his side, so a crit went in on the assault frigate. So it's down to 5 hull, but I think that's the last time it'll be shot.
All right, so let's see. So Liberty and Tycho are the only 2 that are. So the Liberty is 136 and Tycho is 16. So yeah, he's definitely got the win here. 136 plus 16. So the Rebel player's lost 152 at this point, and the Imperial player has lost whatever I said, 118 plus. Was it the Vader
170.
or the Hondo?
That
Hondo?
died? It was
Yeah, which one?
both. Oh, just sorry. Vader. Vader died.
The Vader, so 29. So plus 29 plus 60. So it looks like 207.
But
So,
he'll probably lose that other. I think if they do another round, he'll finish off that other Gazanti as well. Because he'll probably has another squadron command up.
Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, the Rebel player definitely at this point has got it just because, he's not going to lose.
But it's still like a 6-5 or a 7 at most.
I think it's a 7, I want to say. Yeah, I don't know. We'll let Biggs figure it out. This is his job. So we'll do that. But or the chat. The chat's probably figured out at this point, calling us idiots for doing math. Or me.
Luckily we're not live, so we can look brilliant.
You just edit this whole thing.
Yeah, it's like a different voice.
Silent.
And it is totally 7-5. 7-4.
Dead silence at the end. What happened? Oh, we were trying to do math. That's what happened.
Unfortunately, I can't do audio. I can't. I'm not that good to separate the audio. Somehow I did it in the last round through Twitch.
Right.
20-minute delay.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I think it was actually longer. I think it was probably approaching an hour and a half delay at that point.
Oh my god!
I mean,
because that was the thing when we were done. The hammerhead was still there, and the game was over, and the hammerhead game. So it was probably close to an hour.
So I'm not sure what was going on with that, but the recorded video worked fine. So
right. Oh yeah, he definitely took out the. Actually, he just made it disappear. I don't know what happened.
Which?
Shara was activated. The bomber that was sitting up there. Oh, he moved it down.
He moved it down to the Rift. Yeah.
Gotcha. That's where it is.
Rifts damage squadrons too, do they not?
I don't know, but doesn't it count as an obstruction though?
It does, but it also I think it does cause damage.
Oh, does it? I was just gonna say the bomber throws, or maybe he's trying to throw it out. They can't shoot him and kill him, but I don't know if it does damage to squadrons.
I can't remember. Actually, let me see. I have the PDF here.
Again,
Cloud Rift.
It has to be in the rules reference.
When a ship deploys, when a ship overlaps, when a ship at distance 1 resolves, no. That's it. No, so it doesn't do anything to squadrons.
Okay. All right, so he's just trying to use it to protect himself then. So let's see. So it looks like he's activating. And even was activated because they're not rogue. So I mean, he just.
Here's the wording of the thing: gravity rifts resolve several effects depending on ship or squadron's distance to the obstacle. And then in the 3 effects, there's nothing about squadrons.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay,
Quality assurance program through Disney. Woo!
Exactly. It looks like he's getting all the E-wings in position to snipe this thing. So I don't know if it's going to last.
He should be trying to. He should just be trying to kill that flotilla, and that's it.
Right.
And the TIE bomber.
Yeah, because that's the thing is there's no.
Nope, we're going to round 6 right now. Although I think Buddy forgot to move the flotilla. Maybe. I don't know.
The Gazanti.
They've already advanced the round, so.
Right. I mean, I've already thrown in my 2 cents at one point in this game, so I'm not doing it again.
2 cents was worthless. Wasn't even worth 2 cents.
Because the interdictor or the ISD get in there shoot. So
yeah,
set the bottom dial's been set. Because I mean, there's no shot. Like it looks like. I mean, I haven't measured the line obviously, but it looks like it's getting real close to crossing that dust field. So.
Yeah, I know.
And honestly, the thing is, guys,
I'm using a line of sight tool. They're doing dials.
Let's see.
Oh my god, that is close.
Oh man, that is close. Yeah. Oh wow, did you just move the whole thing?
That wasn't me.
Oh, okay, all right.
That's just one of those things because somebody else is clicking.
That is real close.
He did it because he was doing his line of sight tool. He dragged the ship to the dot.
Really bigs.
Yeah.
It looks like it crosses it. At least from what I'm looking at, it looks like. Right. Like bring in bigs, Judge. I mean, honestly, he can't kill it. It's only going to be 4 red at the side. If he gets, well, I guess if he gets a bunch of damage.
Yeah, since it's speed 0, he wants big.
Yeah, he is going speed 0.
Message.
That's true. Judge.
Oop.
Yeah. So, yeah, it is going speed 0, so it's got that shot. The bomber doesn't have a shot. Yeah, there you go. Message him. See if he jumps in. So, I don't know. It does have 5 health left. Well, it doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. It's got Krista Agate on there. Right? And doesn't she say, even if you're going, or no, she's not speed 0? Let's see.
Well, it is speed 0.
Defense tokens.
Krista
if your
Agate.
speed is not 0, you may discard 1 token. You cannot resolve this effect of each type of defense. Oh, okay.
You need the weird title that's on the Concord or whatever. That one lets you.
Yep. That's what I was thinking of. Okay. I was thinking Krista Gate can burn the brace anyway. Let's see. Biggs question is ISD front.
Oh, okay. Wow, he's quick at typing. I was like, LOS, and he's like, boom.
Let's see. Oh, we got the pink one out.
Yeah, I'm just going to zoom in here.
I think it crosses. Totally crosses. Look at that. Totally crosses.
Yeah, zoomed in, it's crossed. I just don't know. I don't want to make that kind of a call. That's a game. That's a.
No, yeah.
I tabled you to. It's I1.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Blocked.
No, because that's what it is.
He made the call. It's blocked.
Yeah. So at this point, I mean, the ISD can activate. It can move, and then the Gazanti can't really do much over there.
Yeah.
It can take 1 shot at the back of Bright Hope and actually hit it. If it did a concentrate fire.
Yeah, this is turn 6. So there's no shot there. I'm assuming he'll kill that other flotilla off in the TIE bomber.
Yeah, the hopefully, let's see.
Oh, and he takes a rock.
And he takes a rock. At least he's not. Doesn't look like
he's full strength.
He might be. Yeah, he's not going to die.
Yeah.
Reduce your speed or choose a command. He's going speed 3, so it's not like he can drop him to 0.
Mm-hmm.
Projector missile line would have been hilarious.
Then all of a sudden, all the squadrons, I'm going for it. Double arc, rear and side.
And he hits all the squads. You're like, oh, wow, this game just turned.
Yeah, that was the most brutal crit ever.
Let's see, speed, not that it matters too much. Exactly. Yeah, so he's going to change him to speed 2. Again, doesn't matter for that. assault frigate.
Yeah, I didn't mind making the call for a bump because that was pretty obvious when you zoomed in. This one, I'm like, this is gonna be like, does it kill the frigate or does it totally live?
Exactly. Yeah, that would have made a big difference.
And Biggs is floating around, so
yeah, he's got it. I mean, I think at this point all the other games might at least.
Actually, there's still a lot of windows. I don't know if
yeah, I saw
everybody's got like 4, 3, 6. I'm assuming they're still playing.
Okay, because I saw a couple of them where I think everybody who congregated into the windows of the people who.
Even Gink's game still has like 5 people in it.
Well, apparently that was the one to watch. Yeah, so
apparently.
now we know. Now we know. You can give Bill that game next time. Tell him to watch the Table 1 3 onagers.
Well, I think for the third round, because since there's only going to be the 3 rounds, I think we will watch Top Table next.
Yeah, of course. That makes sense.
Yeah. And I need to pee so bad. I'm like, call a damn game.
I don't know. I think
we should be. Can the judge give a round 7? Can the judge?
It's round 4. We can change that back. Just undo to round. Fine.
I think they should be awarded a turn 7.
If it was a turn 7, that assault frigate would totally be dead. So he couldn't hook it around quick enough. Is the problem.
I was surprised he didn't pull a squadron command with Wedge, just to really start piling in. But I guess most of them are rogues, so it doesn't really make a difference. But
no, I don't.
And he doesn't want Sharabay to die.
No, they're not
Ewings.
Rogue. The corn horn is rogue, but the regular Ewings are bombers.
Never see them on the table, so I own 6 of the damn things. Never see them on the table.
He just lost Bright Hope. He landed on a rock.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right. Yep.
Oh, he didn't even notice it. That's because it was underneath Shara. he put Shara on the rock and then didn't notice the rock.
Well, that killed it.
That's kind of funny.
I still don't think it's. Yeah, I don't think it's. I mean, obviously not enough to swing it back toward the Imperial player, but yeah. So this Gazante's going to move. Try not to hit a rock this time.
Now that squadron command definitely would have been more helpful.
Right. Yeah.
I guess he was worried about ramming into the front of the assault frigate, though. That's why.
Right. Yeah, because I think he was. Let's see. There was a squadron command.
What's left?
Okay, squadron.
Yeah. Okay.
The assault frigate's doing squadron.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, it seems. I don't know if they're going to make it speed 4.
I mean, it's only 3. No, sorry. How many squadrons can he activate? 3? Does it expanded hangars?
No, I think he has boosted comms on it.
Yeah. So you only could do 3 with tokens.
I mean, what he's going to do is he's going to
no tokens. So
yeah, he'll shoot obstructed at the bomber and try to get 8 more points out of it. Because there's no way with 2 squadrons he can finish off the Gazanti. So let's see. E-wing activated. Firing, yep, at that one. So
I don't know. I think
2. So there's.
I mean, the flotilla still has a scatter intact. So with only 3 squadrons attacking it, there's a good chance you might just whiff. Plus, you still have to get through a shield.
Right, you still have to get through the shield. That's the problem. So you need to do 2 damage and get through. And I mean, if it was like a double red or something like that, it'd make sense. But for one, what is it? One red? Yeah, 1 red.
Oh, he's sending an E-wing now because the TIE bomber's dead, so he might as well.
Yeah, he might as well.
And he still gets an obstructed shot out the front. What's the front dice? Is this a single red though?
Single red for anti.
So that's useless.
Ship, yeah, that's what I was saying. If he shoots the reds.
Okay, you have to talk for a bit. I need to go pee.
Well then, all right. I feel like they're about to call the game anyway. So let's see. Frustrating Potato Liz. Dustfield blocked it. Yep. So Dustfield blocking it blocked the shot from the ISD. Potato was pretty tanky. It actually didn't get shot at. The players are talking about how the assault frigate was pretty tanky, but obviously it didn't actually get shot at much at all. So adding that extra brace token in does help, but it didn't seem like for something that was a long range shooter it really mattered. Looks like they're going to call the game right now, so that is it. And yeah, my other commentator has disappeared in the bathroom, so that's pretty sad. If you have not subscribed, though, I was looking at, but while he's gone, I was looking at YouTube, by the way, and Galactic Conflict has 10 subscribers, actually 11 because I hit subscribe. So if you have not already, please go on there and subscribe. He needs 1,000 to be able to live stream. So definitely put that in there. Click that subscribe button. Cool. I was bad mouthing you the whole time. So.
Yeah. Could you hear me?
Yeah. No. No, I think you've muted it this.
It's becoming a theme of my my streams. There literally is streams in it.
Like the stream is so long that you have to pee at the end of it.
I didn't have time in between the last 2 games either.
Oh, there's the math done in the
there
chat.
You go.
So it's 121 for the interdictor, 69 for the squad, 69. It was 68.
201, so it's a 6-5.
201. Okay. 6-7? No, 7. 201
to 219.
219. Okay.
Yeah, only an 18-point difference.
Yep. So 18 points. There you go.
So it's, at least it was, it's funny, like, I know we talked about other stuff during the match, but it was actually a really good match to watch. A little bit.
It was. No, it was actually. I think it was interesting, some of the moves. The interdictor, I think that the hero player was pretty aggressive coming in there. I think they were trying to counter the Liberty, I think, so they didn't want to get caught getting shot at from long range too many times with that Liberty.
Yeah. They're both unique lists. E-Wings are not something you see very often outside of Cornhorn. No. Flight controllers on a frigate, especially with Krista Agate on it, I mean, it makes it very tanky.
It does.
And then Torn Far on the Moncairn, that was interesting.
Yeah, I think Torn Far on the Moncairn was an interesting choice. And what was the officer on the assault frigate? It wasn't Hondo.
Wallix.
Well, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, so that way he basically has 3 braces, like or whatever, or extra redirects.
I mean, it's interesting. Yeah, he made the assault frigate super tanky to have Walix and Krista Agate on it.
Yeah.
But it actually just kind of sat back and activated the squadron, so it didn't really come into play. I think what it probably was for is an anti-onager that if it's getting shot at from long range or extreme range, it can use that evade token, get rid of 2 dice, brace, obviously even with 1 accuracy, and then if it loses them, it can still bring them back, and that way it can keep activating the squadrons. Mm-hmm. So I think that's kind of the thought process here, and it's the Liberty.
And it's interesting from the Imperial player to see that he's used Piet to do squadron activations for the IST2 because he's running all generics that aren't rogue, and which is very rare nowadays, especially for Imperial players, right. To try and overwhelm. But then his interdictor was set up. I don't think the grav well projector really did much for him.
I don't think so, and it didn't seem as effective. I think Scramblers, if he was going to be as aggressive as he was,
Scramblers would have paid off for him, and definitely.
Or I mean, even the one that slows you down, the like G9, G8 or whatever they are. Yeah, so even that one that slows you down is pretty good.
Yeah, it prevents people from running. Yeah,
well, because it prevents them from running, and then you could bring the ISD2 kind of in. To finish them off, which I think is a good way to play it. And
a slight a decaps is nice on it too, like just to get that initial one shot off. At range. Yeah.
And engine text. Wait a minute, I've seen this interdictor before. Hold on.
Projection experts would have been an option. I'm assuming. What was his point total? Or he's pretty close to the cap, so there's not a lot he could do without giving something else up.
Yeah, he was at 96 points. So, I mean, he only has a 4-point play. But I mean, he has things like Titus on there to try to mess with the opponent a little bit.
4 activations, though, with full squadron ball is pretty strong.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think the 4 activations. Also, I liked having, he has Vader, and then he has Nita and Titus, 2 junk officers that, after the first round, they're not used at all. So he can always get those rerolls in if he wants to with the ISD, if for some reason he just completely whiffs.
And Piet on turn 6.
And exactly. Yeah.
You could choke him out too.
Right. Exactly. So, I mean, it's an interesting list, like you said. But it, didn't pay off on this one, unfortunately. But, we'll see. I don't know point wise what he gets going into it and what he's going to face in the next one. But that is a story for another time.
Well, Jeremy, I'd like to thank you very much for helping me out today.
Cool. Anytime.
You won't be around for the next round, but you're more than welcome to come back tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that's true. I think I decided not to play the tournament. Take up.
Sorry, you totally cut out.
I said I didn't want to play the tournament because it would take up most of my day, and then I totally sat down for 5 hours, and so that was an interesting call.
Yes.
It was fun. It was,
but it was not as stressful as playing. That's for sure.
It was not. That is true, especially on Vassal, which I don't know how to use. So
yeah, and we got to catch up and talk to Biggs
of course.
and everything else. So.
Just like our last game we played was, so we just
Ian's giving us trouble because we're like on turn 5 and there's like 20 minutes left. We're like, what? We're talking.
Yeah, we were on like turn 3 and we walked over like, you guys gonna play this game?
Yeah.
So exactly. But all right, well, sounds good. I am gonna cut and run. Good luck on the next one. That should be fun. I'll
awesome.
jump in and watch it. So
awesome.
All right. Well,
have a good day. Thanks a lot.
Sure. Thanks.